Good morning, everybody. Welcome to JTraedz TV, where we discuss all stock-related contents and much more. Hoping everybody's having a happy Friday. Guys, don't forget, next week is a 4-day trade week instead of a 5-day. Due to the fact is we do have a holiday that will be Memorial Day, guys. That'll be dated for the 26th. So definitely keep that in mind. That we'll be off for 3 days instead of 2. So keep that in mind. So let's go ahead, guys. Go over our economics recaps and earnings. Let's go over yesterday's recaps on SPY. We had an open of 582.66, a high of 586.62, a low of 581.41, a close of 583.09, and a volume of 70.4 million. So let's go ahead and dive into the earnings. Like I said, we don't really have anything major, nothing that'll stand out. But once those blue chip companies roll back around the corner, guys, I will let you guys know for sure. As far as our economics goes, we do have new home sales data coming out. That's going to be at 10 o'clock. Don't forget about that. Other than that, it should be a little sweet Friday, man. So we're going to see how the market is going to set up, on this last trading day of the week, and see how everything's going to pan out from Friday going to Tuesday, because you got to remember, no trading Monday. So let's hop into our charts, guys, see what the market has to offer us in a matter of 3, 2, 1. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go. All right, guys, we're here. So, so far, I did alert yesterday before I left off my live. I said if we was to hold above that 583.50, guys, we could run our way up towards that 586.50 up to 588, which we did hit around the 586.50 level. Got that pulled back down to 583.50 level, which we got rejected and fell on down. So as I told y'all had to look at that pivot point of 583.50. So 583.50 was going to be that pivot point where it acted like a magnet, where you rotated back and forth around that one particular price point that we talked about yesterday, which was around 583.50. So we did run up towards 586.50, came back down towards that 583.50, and then got that dump on down towards 580, down into that 575 that I alerted yesterday. Because I told you, if we was to crack or get back below 583.50, we possibly could pull back down to those lows, which was around 580. From 580, we could pull back down to that 577, down to 577.50, which we did. And let me see if I have my old let me see if I have my old alert. Let me see. I don't know if I can go all the way back up. Let me see what I did alert that to let everybody know that we could pull back down to those levels if we were to crack 583.50 level. Let me see where I did have it at when I talked about the short. Yeah, right here, guys. Look, right here. For example, right here, I said SPY possible target areas. If selling momentum continues, we could see the possible areas underneath the 583.50. Down to 580 to 575.50, and that's exactly what happened. So this morning we wind up again losing the 583.50 down to 580, down to around that area 583.50. I'm sorry, 575.50. So I did tell everybody to be mindful of that, especially my longs, that the market still looked a little weak, that I didn't see no buying strength at the time, that we could get some more pullback, which we actually did. Now, we didn't get it during intraday yesterday because we kind of held and played around the 583.50. But as pre-market rolled around, we fell right back underneath the 583.50, back down to the 580 levels, down to that 575.50 level. So I did alert my longs to let them know, be mindful of that, be careful that we could pull back. I still seen weakness in the market. So at this time, we are underneath the area of 575.50. Now, based off my chart, setting up for the day, where it looked like the pivot point as of now could be around the 575.50. So if buyers can maintain the 575.50 level, we could possibly push our way back up towards that 577, back up to 580 level. However, if we cannot stay above that 575 level, we do have room to possibly pull back down even further towards the 570 levels. And the levels that I have set as of now is around 576.50 down to 565 level. If we continuously keep pulling back without reclaiming that level of 575 as far as our floor. So keep that in mind and keep that on watch. So we'll see on what type of volume is going to set in motion as intraday rolls around, at 9:30. Clay, what's up, boss, man? Long time no see, man. Good to have you in the building, man. Hope you're having a blessed morning. Hope you have a blessed weekend too, boss. So, yeah, I did alert all the longs yesterday, boss, that, I did see more weakness than strength as far as, buyers and sellers, that I felt like in due time we were going to get a pullback, which we did. So again, I alerted everybody. I said if buyers can hold above the 583.50, we had room to possibly run up to 586.50 up to 588. And I think I had that alert too as well when I mentioned that those particular numbers. Let me go back a little bit. I think I alerted that too. It should be on there. Let me scroll back up. I think it should be when I alerted that morning. Let's see. 5. Nope. Let me see. Could have sworn I alerted. I brought up the particular price points if they were the whole where we could possibly push up to. Either I said it or I thought I typed it out, but I guess I didn't type it out. But I did say it during the live that we could possibly push up towards 586.50 to 588. But yeah, so we did run up to 586.50, came right back down underneath that 583.50, and started to fall back down. So I did alert the longs on that one that we could pull back. So let's see what's going to happen today, guys. See what type of volatility we're going to get. Are we going to get that continuation sell-off underneath the 575.50 back on down towards the 570 levels, or will buyers come in, pile in today, get back above that 575.50 for that push back up towards 577 up to 580. So we'll see on what type of volatility that we're going to get, guys. Starting off at 9:30 to see which way we're going to rock and roll. And don't forget, 10 o'clock, guys, we do have new home sales data coming out, so be mindful of that. I don't think anything came out important. Let me see as far as the president's schedule. Let me take a double check at that. Let me see real quick. As far as the president's schedule today, if anything that major, anything that's going to stand out that we need to be aware of. Let me double check that real quick. Okay. 1 o'clock. President signs executive orders. That's going to be at 1. I don't see anything else that really stands out as far as his schedule goes. That's the only thing that I see at 1 o'clock is that he's going to be signing an executive order at 1. Yeah, at 1. That's about it. It's the only thing that I see. Jenna, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, didn't I alert you guys yesterday on that possible pullback coming? Did I still say that the market looked weak? What I told y'all. I told y'all, fall right back underneath that 583.50. You was going to possibly get that pullback, and that's exactly what happened. I alerted everybody on what possibly could happen. We did run up towards the 586.50 and came right back down. So I did. I alerted. Tried to let them know. Roman, I see you in the building, boss. Good morning, good morning. Been on the lookout for Trump talking about the big, beautiful bill. Yeah, I haven't. I know he's going to sign an executive order at 1. That's the only thing that I see so far. But I'm gonna definitely keep it on watch, Roman, to see if anything comes out over the weekend. Any type of news, anything that may try to shift the market over the weekend, kind of like we did with the the China dealing with the tariffs on how everything ran good and the market spiked right back on up. So I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes peeled on that. But as of now, we're definitely getting a sell-off. Sellers are definitely taking over at this moment. If buyers can get back above 575.50, we do have room to push our way back up towards that 577 up to 580 level, where we can get back on top of this floor for that possible rotation back up, and your 50 estimate is lined up right with that 580 level. So I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes peeled to see what type of volatility is gonna move early in the morning. Also, let me check CRWV. Let's see. CRWV downtrend.
87 cents. Morning.
City, morning, Queen, good morning. I hope you're having a blessed one. So right now, as of now, Jenna, look at that setup. So you came all the way back down towards that 96 range. You came back down towards 96. Chart Queen, I tried to let those buyers know to beware of that pullback, incoming pullback. I tried to let them know, Queen, because I know that's your specialty. You love them pullbacks, and I tried to let them know yesterday that we could see some weakness, from those levels, especially if you fall back underneath that 583.50, and bam, there you go. Look right here, Queen. Look, I told him yesterday. Look the way my channel is set up. These were the price points I alerted. I said if we get back above 583.50, we have room to run up towards 586.50 up to 588. We ran up to 586.50, came back down to that pivot point, 583.50. Remember, I told you guys to keep watching that because it was like a magnet. You leave from it, you return to it. You leave from it, you return to it. As I stated, if we fall back underneath the 583.50, we could pull back down to those lows of 580. From 580, we have room to fall back down towards that 577, down to 575.50, which we did this morning. So I did alert everybody. I alerted everybody about that possible pullback, and I seen the setup. That was that incoming setup that was on its way for that possible transition back down. Now, the thing that led the charge, and the reason why I thought about that chart, Queen, because if you go look at your 180.12 chart, you can simply see where you ran up towards that 596, then you came right back on down, creating somewhat of a cup-like pattern, inverted cup-like pattern. So look at you, whoever's on TOS, look at your charts. Go to the 180.12 chart. Tell me if I'm lying. Look how the market ran up. We had those buys go up towards that 596 level. Then we started to curl our way back down from 596 level back down to the 580s, 570 ranges. And you can see an inverted cup. You can clearly see that, which is why I alerted everybody that we could be seeing more pullback coming. And therefore we did. So CRWV right now, Jenna, like I said, right now we are on a downtrend setup at this time from yesterday's tops, right around that 119.50 level, and we started to create a downtrend back down towards the downside. Look like buyers are trying to hold around 96. If we do lose 96, we do have possible room to fall back down towards the areas of 90, down towards that 85 level, which we are still on a descending wedge. So the only way that we can transition or reverse, if buyers can step in around that 96 level, get that push back above that 105, and for that push back up towards the upside, we will break out of that downtrend setup. So right now, as of now, we're definitely getting a nice little pullback, definitely getting a nice little downtrend setup. Oh, what's up, man? Good morning, boss. Good morning, boss. And as I told you guys, next week is going to be a 4-day trading week instead of a 5, because we have a holiday Monday on the 26th, which is Memorial Day. So keep that in mind. Instead of having 2 days off, we're going to have 3 days off. We're going to have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So do not forget about that. No trading day Monday. So I'm just keeping you guys aware on that one. So right now, as of now, the market is still looking weak. Still don't see no strength moving in just yet. I mean, Tesla, we done fell from that 345 down to 340, back down to 335, back down into this range. So right now, as of now, as far as Tesla, we are in the $5 range of 340 tops, 335 bottoms. So if we were to crack that 335 level, the next possible level would be 330 itself. So keep that in mind. So we'll see. We're going to keep on watching to see if buyers going to step in, or will we get that continuation sell-off, for the last trading day of the week. So we'll definitely keep our eyes peeled to see on how everything's going to set itself up. But right now, definitely still see a lot of weakness taking place. I'm going to see if buyers going to step back in. I will keep my eyes peeled on that to see where we go. Getting a little bit of a bounce on Tesla from that 335 level, trying to push our way back up towards that 330, that 337.50, trying to move his way back up to 340. So if you notice, it's trying to create somewhat of a little U-shaped pattern right now. 335 is holding, so we do have that floor at this moment. As far as SPY, we are underneath the 575.50 level. As you can see, every time we run up to that bad boy, we keep getting rejected and coming right back on down. So you can clearly see that right here. 575.50 is going to be our tops as of now, with room to possibly fall back down to the 570 if we do not get back above that price point. If we do get back above that 575.50 level, hold that level, we do have room to push our way back up towards that 577 up to 580 level. So keep that in mind. But right now, we are underneath that level, still catching a fade on down. So right now, market is still looking a little weak at this moment. So again, guys, today is No Force Friday. If you see an opportunity, take that opportunity. But if you don't see one, don't force one. So definitely going to keep our eyes peeled to see where we go from here. So right now, there's still a lot of declining right now. No strength just yet on none of these setups. I mean, even UNH is fading from that 300 level right back down towards that 295, 294.50 level. That's still fading on down at the moment. So the only one that seems like that's trying to hold up is Tesla at this time. That's the only one that I mainly see that's holding, that's trying to curl. Everything else still seems to be fading at this time. So I'm definitely keep my eyes peeled on that. In the video, we want to get back above 130 on that note. So let me see. But other than that, I don't see anything like holding up at this time. So let me get my chat box set. Man, like I said, guys, do keep in mind, today is Friday. So we'll see on how the volume is going to hold up. Because you got to remember, it's the last trade day of the week. Because Fridays can be a little tricky. So we'll see on how everything's going to hold up. As far as the max pain, I think today's max pain, was 585. If I'm not mistaken on SPY, I think that was the max pain. I think that was the max pain on that one. Let me double check that real quick. Today's max pain, yeah, 585. We do have 575,000 out of the money puts versus 245 out of the money calls. So definitely keep that on watch. We'll see what type of volume, like I said, is going to take place. Right now, 585 is nowhere near around the max pain. We already fell from that 585 level all the way back down to 575. So we're not going to even worry about that max pain at this time. Good entry on a put. Jenna, watch 575 level. You gotta watch. You gotta pay close attention to your charts. You see where you're getting this little arc at. You see where you're getting that rejection at. 575.50. Watch that level to see if to see if the sellers can hold those buys underneath that level. You do have somewhat of an H pattern setting up, almost like a little two-legged pullback setup. So watch this right across the board to see if we get those breakout failures right across the board to see if those sellers can hold the buyers underneath the price point for a possible continuation pullback. So watch those key levels. I mean, like I said, I told everybody what to look out for yesterday. I mean, price points. I mean, especially for entry, for a possible swing trade. I mean, I warned. I said again, if we got that, if those buys held 583.50 level, you have room to push your way back up to 586, which could have been an entry, up to 588, which we didn't touch. So 586 could have been one. I mean, you can clearly see that right across the board, the price points that I alerted. So right here, we ran on up, stayed above 583.50, ran up to what price point? 586.50. That could have been entry. Back down to the 583.50. Like I said, long as you didn't go back up to your entry, you could have held that position. Long as those buys couldn't go back up to that, you could have still held your entry. Then watch for that 583.50 crack, which we went down, which we did crack and fell back down to 580, all the way down to 585. But that's how you gotta understand these entries and setups. I mean, I alerted this yesterday. I alerted this yesterday before I left my live. What price points to look out for? Mainly 583.50. That was the main thing I said to look out for. 583.50. So right now, as of now, if you are trying to go in for a put, watch that 575.50 level. You know, 575.50 of the 576. Watch those two particular levels just to make sure that those sellers can hold those buyers underneath that price point. If they can hold them, we can continue that pullback down towards 572s down to the 570 levels. So watch that right now. Keep it on watch. So we want to see those breakout failures. But we'll see what type of volatility we're going to have stepping in, guys. We got about 5 minutes until the bell ring. Today is Friday. Remember, I do half a day. So we're going to try to see what we can get, basically off of these setups to see what can we get from this time. If we do get that move back on up, do keep in mind that your 50 SMA is around 580 level. 580 level. If those buyers do step back in and we get that those indicator squeezes or those indicator breakouts, where we go basically fill the gap up towards that 50 SMA, again, that'll be around that 580 level where you go from those indicators up to this indicator if those buyers do step in. So just keeping you aware of that. So we're gonna just see the setup, because again, you're not gonna understand the setup the first 15 minutes because you're not forming anything just yet. That's why you have to give it some time to set itself up, just like I told you yesterday. Like I was, me and the engineer were talking. I'm like, you gotta wait for the setups to take place. Sometimes it may take a little bit, depending on the volume. Here, we had an uptrend. We had an uptrend that built, and again, we got those buyers to step in. It was around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Finally got that transition from red to green, and then got that push up towards 586.50. So you slowly started to see the transition. You started to see those buyers finally step in, but we had an uptrend. We had a pattern build up. So again, you're not going to really see a setup at the beginning of the market. I mean, especially based off the volume. I mean, right now, the only pattern that I do see from pre-market before intraday open is a downtrend setup at this time, where we get this little pullback. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. Buyers are trying to go back up towards that 575.50 level. Keep that on watch. Up towards that VWAP. Let's see where we go from here. Let's see, can buyers stay above 575.50. So we'll see what we're going to get. First 15 of the market open. We'll see where we go from here. So definitely going to keep that on watch. We got about 3 minutes to the bell rings. Here we go with Tesla, guys, trying to push his way back up towards that 340 level. Start to get that curl. Like I said, $5 increments from 535 up towards that 335 up to that 340 range. So keep that in mind. Keep that on watch. Oh, y'all, come on, man. I told y'all 596 level. Watch 596 level on CRWV. We got the downtrend setup. Downtrend setup. Keep that on mind. Keep that in mind. Look at the downtrend setup, engineer. Look at the setup from yesterday. Ran up towards that 119.50 and then started to get that pull back down. You have a downtrend setup. What we need to see, like I said, buyers can stay above 596. You have to get. We want to see that break above that 105 level. So in order to break us out of that downtrend, we can start to see that reversal. Now, if buyers can't hold that level, 96, you do have room to fall back down towards the 90, down to 585 level. So just keep it on watch. Like I said, guys, sit back, relax. Today is Friday. You got to see what type of volume is going to take place. Again, you're not going to really understand the setups at the beginning of the market. You got to allow the market to set itself up. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Kato J, what's up, boss? Got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Like I said, today is Friday. No force Friday. You got to let everything take place. Let it set itself up. I know you guys want to trade, but watch the setups. Yesterday, what did I call out yesterday? I told y'all I was going to get a possible pullback, which we got a possible pullback. Now, after we got the sell-off, let's see what we get today. So I alerted you guys to tell y'all how to prepare yourself going into today. So from yesterday, drop on down until all the way down towards around 574, 575. But I did alert you guys yesterday what to be prepared for. So let's see what we get today. Let's see what we get. So keep that in mind. Oh, let me see. All I know is those 34 shares of SQQ I loaded up on Wednesday in my 401k. I see what I told you. What I told you. I warned everybody about the possible pullback. All right, guys, we got about 10 seconds to rock and roll. You make sure you have your game plan set in motion. Like I said, today is Friday. Be aware of the volume, and we'll see where we go from here in a matter of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock and roll, let's go. What type of volume we're going to have right now? Well, let's see what type of volume we're going to have after this sell-off that we had from 586.50 back on down to the 570s. So let's see what type of volume will take place as of now. Let's see. What do we have? As I stated, if buyers can go for that push, you do have room to possibly go from 575.50 up towards that possible area 580, where you will be filling that gap fill from those indicators up to that indicator, which will be around 580 level. So let's see. So keep that on watch. Keep it on watch for my CRWV traders. Like I said, as long as you hold that 96 level, you have room to push your way back up to 100. Keep in mind that 100 is going to be a natural resistant level. So again, we want to see a break above 100 for that possible push back up to that 105 level. And I will set an alert at 105 on CRWV. So I will be setting an alert on that bad boy at 105. That's the level we want to keep it on watch for. And like I said, today is Friday, guys. Take your time. Today is Friday. Last trading day of the week. Just be mindful of that. Don't force anything that's not there. Look for those possible setups. Let's see how we're going to set up going into today. We know what the bottoms is as of now from pre-market levels into intraday levels. So we know we held around that 174 to 175 level. So keep that on watch. So we know what the bottoms is as of now. For right now as far as today. So around 174, 173, somewhere in this little area. We had these little bounces. We'll just say 174. I'll say 174. So keep it on watch, keep it on watch. So right now Tesla's pulling back. Nvidia got rejected right at that 130 range. We do have CRWV pushing, as we stated, from that 96 range. So keep that on watch. So we do have CRWV pushing. CRWV is pushing. As I stated, as long as those buyers can hold 96, you have room to possibly push your way up towards that 105 level, which I have my alert set at 105 to see can they go for that push. So I do have that one set. As I stated on Tesla, if that pullback continues, you do have room to possibly fall back down to that 330 range. Keep that on watch. So we'll see where we go. Like I said, be mindful. Just be mindful today is Friday. Take your time. Don't force anything you shouldn't. So set my alert. Got 330 on that one. Just in case we do get that major pullback still. So I'm going to watch between the levels of 335 down to that 330 level. So I'm going to watch these two particular price points. Tesla, I'm going to watch this 335 to see if buyers can hold. If they can hold that 335 level, you do have room to possibly go back up towards that 340, I'm sorry. But if they do crack 335, you do have room to possibly fall back down to 330 range. So keep that on watch. So right now, Kato, how you looking, boss? As far as the open, how you looking as far as your shares? God, 3,400? Ooh, I know you up. 3,400, I know you up. I know you up. All right, so let's see where we go. So right now, SPY's holding on top of 575.50. Watch that range. Like I said, as long as those buys can hold at 575.50, you do have possible room to run your way back up towards close towards that 580 area where you're starting to get that rotation back up, where you're starting to get that gap fill from those indicators up to that indicator. Keep that on watch. There we go, CRWV. Still trying to push its way up towards that 105 level that we just talked about, right where my line and my alert is at. We just talked about that one. Nvidia buys are back on top of 130 level. So they are back on top of 130. So right now, CRWV is trying to push up towards that 105. Keep that on watch. Trying to push towards that 135. Keep it on watch. Right now, SPY's trying to go for that gap fill, guys, on here from those indicators, from that 9 EMA, 20 EMA up towards that 50 SMA, close towards that 580 level. So keep that on watch. Keep that on watch. So what I'm gonna be doing is watching the chart setup, the overall chart setup, to see what levels we need to hold if we want to see possible more upside. Right now, 577. We are back on top of that price point of 577 for sure. So that can hold 577. We could possibly see a red to green in due time from 577 for the push back up. So let's see, as long as they stay above that area. So let's see. So right now, you are buyers are trying to go for that gap fill from those indicators up to that 50 SMA. Keep that on watch. CRWV still trying to go for that 105 push. So let's see. We got Nvidia trying to go up towards this 50 SMA, basically trying to push his way back up towards that 132 level. So right now we do have buyers trying to go for a push early in the morning. Trying to go for a push early in the morning. So let's see. So I'm gonna set an alert around Nvidia to see can we get those buys to get that push towards 132. As long as they hold. So I got my alert set right here, 132. We already know with Tesla we need to break back above 340. We already know that one already. $5 increments, you already know that off top. All right, so let me set that one. All right, boom, boom, boom. Set that. All right, so I got Tesla set on that one too. All right, so right now CRWV still trying to go for that 105, guys. CRWV still trying to go for 105. SPY, we still basically filling that gap fill up from those indicators up to this indicator. Still trying to slowly build his way up. So keep that in, keep that on watch. Keep that on watch. Trying to look at these different contracts real quick. Trying to go over these real fast. I didn't pull back to where I wanted to though. So we got buys slowly stepping in. Slowly stepping in. So like I said, it was the first 15 minutes of the market, guys. First 15 minutes of the market. Keep it on watch. 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 Let's see. So I'm watching everything that I can. How's UNH looking? UNH trying to push his way back up towards that 300. I'm going to put an alert at 300 on UNH on that note. So we got to remember, guys, just the first 15 minutes of the market. First 15. So right now, buyers are pushing at this time as far as the beginning of the market. Keep that on watch. All right, so I got these bad boys set up. Still watching CRWV, Nvidia, Tesla. So right now, buyers are still trying to fill that gap fill up towards that 50 estimate that we just talked about on SPY. 50 estimate is around what price point? 579. 579, only $1 away from that 580 level. Still trying to create this little curl up. So keep it on watch. Keep it on watch. So let's see where we go. Because right now, it's starting to curl up a little bit. Because again, right off that 575.50 level, buy started to step back in, started to push its way back up towards that 580 range. So right now, trying to go for a little $5, like a little $4.50 range. We got Tesla still trying to go for a push. So let's pay close attention to see where we're going right now. Right now, we know we have buys stepping up to the plate, pushing. We know that for sure. We definitely got buys stepping up to the plate right now. So I'm watching everything I can, guys. Trying to watch everything that I can. So getting a little bit of buying volume at the beginning of the market. Let's see, can buyers hold throughout the rest of the day? Can we look for uptrends? Back up towards the areas of 580, 580, 350. Get back up towards those highs to see on how Friday is going to end. Because like I said, Monday sets the tones, Friday sets the standards. So we want to see. Can buyers on Friday push their way back up towards those highs? What was the highs that we hit yesterday? 586.50. So we want to see, can buyers reclaim these levels? Can they push their way back up towards those highs? So especially with SPY, we want to see, can we get our way back up towards these levels back here? Can we get our way back up to 583.50? Can we get our way back up to 86.50? So you already know what the pivot point was at yesterday, 583.50. We already know that. You already fell from the pivot point. So the goal is, can the buyers move their way back up to the pivot point? So that's the thing. So I got to remember, because where do we stay around mainly? What price point? 583.50. You leave from it, let's see, can those buyers return back to it? Because you got to remember that 583, we can act like a magnet. So we want to see if we have enough buying volume to get our way back up towards that pivot point. So keep that in mind. Keep it on watch. Keep it on watch. Don't forget, guys, we got data coming out at 10. We got new home sales data coming out at 10. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock data. Engineer, what you looking at? Are you still looking at CRWV? Because right now, 96 is still, like I said, from that 96 level, we did push up close towards that 105 level, trying to break out of that downtrend setup. Okay, so yeah, from 96, like I said, the area that we need to break, if we want to see more upside, is going to be around that 105. 105, because we want to get our way back up towards those highs. Let me see what I can do real quick. Let me see. Go back a little bit. Let's look at the overall setup on this bad boy. Yeah, so we need to get back on top of 105, because you can see right here, when we're on top of 105, we got that nice push back up towards that, 116 up to 119 level. Back, like in this range here, in this upper range. So we want to get that break back above 105. We get back in this range here. But right now we're underneath 105. So right now support is now resistance. So at this moment, being underneath 105, that's going to hold up as a ceiling versus being a floor. So the area that we did hold was 96 up to 105. GM. What's up, boss? Good morning, G. Good morning. So yeah, that's one of the main price points that we want to see, engineer, is that 105 breakout. We want to get back above 105 to put us back in this old range here, where we can create that uptrend back up towards the upside. But right now, again, we underneath it. So 105 is definitely going to play a major role to see can we get back above that price point. Right now, Tesla's kind of looking like a little, not Tesla, I'm sorry. Nvidia's looking like somewhat of a little downtrend at this moment. A little downtrend setup. And I can show y'all kind of like a little downtrend setup at this time till we get that break. So looking like a little downtrendish a little bit on Nvidia. So starting to get a little pullback. That's what I'm telling you guys. Be careful, be mindful. Today is Friday. We're going to see what type of volume we're going to have. We have, like I said, we have over, $575,000 out of the money puts expiring today versus, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was $274,000 out of the money calls. Max Payne was 85. So right now I'm just keeping everything on watch to see how we setting up. So I'm trying to look at these contracts to see. So from 5, where's the 5? Damn, 580 still a little bit too high. God dang it. Let me try the 583-ish. Let me see those contracts. I'm trying to get just different contracts right now, guys. Just looking at different contracts real quick. Cause I know, like I said, I know the market just opened. So I'm just giving it some time just to see. Because I know I have to wait for a pattern to build on these damn things because they just open. Well, that one of those contracts, the contracts have a gap fill on the upside, though buyers can step in where I can see some good opportunities. So right now, keeping everything on watch, guys. Like I said, Nvidia's on the downtrend setup still. Don't forget, we got some 10 o'clock data coming out. I'm trying to lean towards a call, to be honest. Because that's why I want to see if this buy's going to hold. But I know right now the market is just open, so that's why I'm just trying to give it some time to just watch the build up to see how we're going to set up. Because I already know Fridays is a lot tricky. The volume may, depending on how the volume is setting itself up for the last trading day of the week. And like I said, Fridays can be a little, sometimes be a little tricky sometimes. But I am trying to keep everything on watch because I know the potential. Like I said, put it like this, gentlemen. If we can hold these key levels, right, start building an uptrend, remember what the old pivot point was yesterday, which was around 583.50. So if those buys can step in, as far as today's session and create that uptrend, we do have room to run, find our way back to that pivot point of 583.50. And now the reason why I haven't jumped in yet, I know we got data coming out in about almost 15 minutes. So we got 10 o'clock data coming out. So I'm going to see on how the market is going to react after 10 o'clock. So that's why I keep in mind, I'll be mindful of data that comes out, what type of impact it's going to have on the market, and so forth. So that's why I'm not jumping the gun just yet. I want to see what's going to happen after 10, after the volume comes, after the data comes out, to see what type of volatility we're going to have. Whether we're going to have still selling volume coming in or buyers going to step in. Right now, as of now, the only thing I'm playing off is the setups. Right now, I'm watching to see if buyers, as we pull back, to see if buyers can maintain that 575.50 level. To see if they can maintain that level. So right now, like I said, I'm just waiting on that data to come out at 10 o'clock to see what type of impact it's going to have on it, on the market. And then now my funds are settled. But it didn't want, like I said, I didn't have it set up for yesterday where I could have caught a nice entry on that damn opportunity on that swing trade. Now everything is settled. It want to settle on a Friday. And I normally hate Fridays. I normally hate trading on Fridays. Like, I like to focus more between Monday through Thursdays. Because what I started to try to practice to do, Jenna, engineer, is swing trading from Thursdays to Fridays. That's what I like to. That's what I like to do. Like, I like to see the setups Monday through Thursday, and then see how Friday. Because like I said, yesterday was a good opportunity, especially on the put side at 586.50. Then you opened up right around 570. I mean, you would have caught a nice swing trade on that bad boy. Because by the time I got back, yeah, because you remember I had left early. But I got everything settled. Like I said, cash, everything settled for the day. But I hate Friday. I hate freaking Fridays. Oh, SMCI. Let me see. SMCI. I mean, like I said, just because you already know they're in sync with pretty much with NVIDIA. So, NVIDIA failed. SMCI pulled back. So, you got that sell off on that one. From what level was we watching yesterday? Was what, 42, right? 42 or 42.50. It was somewhere we was talking about. Yeah, 42. It was somewhere between. I think it was between 42.50 to 42. Well, I'm gonna just say 42. So from 42 level, we got that sell off from 42 all the way back down into the 30s. So yeah, you definitely got that sell off. I mean, like I said, look at the video. I mean, the setup's almost identical if you think about it, engineer. Look at the setup. You got a downtrend setup on the video. You got somewhat of a downtrend setup on SMCI. They kind of look identical to one another. Look very identical to one another. Yep. Because even if I set a line on that, it's gonna kind of look somewhat like the video setup. See? Oops. Almost like the same, almost identical setup. See that? But I mean, I just seen the overall market setup, engineer Jen. I just seen overall. That's why I was alerting everybody, even yesterday. You remember I kept telling you guys. I said I just still don't see it looking bullish. Remember I kept warning everybody before I left my live. I said it looked like we still may pull back. We didn't get the pullback right then and there during yesterday's intraday session, but we wound up getting that pullback regardless. But I was alerting everybody for that possible pullback because I just seen the overall setup. Because the overall setup that I seen was like an inverted cup, and it didn't. Again, it just looked like it was more on the sell side than on the buy side, which is why I was trying to alert the buyers for a possible incoming pullback, and which we did. I mean, we got a little run up towards that 586.50, but then we got that fade right underneath 583.50. Back down into the 570s. But like I said, I did alert everybody. Because I seen the overall market setup. It just didn't look healthy. It didn't look healthy at all. I mean, it still looked weak. It looked weak at the time. That's why I didn't want to go long. That's the only reason why I didn't want to go long, because I seen the overall setup. And I'll show y'all the proof. Tell me if I'm lying. I mean, look right here, engineer. Tell me if I'm lying, Queen. Look. I'm lying. This is why I was alerting everybody. Look. Tell me I'm lying. I'm lying. Ran up towards that 596. Got that cup. Why do you think I was alerting everybody? That's why I was telling people that bad boy still looked weak. I seen an inverted cup coming. That's why I was telling loans, don't do it. That's why I'm telling loans, don't do it. Because I seen that setup coming. Put at what price on SPY? What's the right now, as far as the pivot point, like I said, we already fell from the 583.50. Watch around this 575.50 level. Watch this level here, because you notice right, even for the day now, we're playing around this price point, which is around 575.50 now. You see how you keep kind of playing around it? So watch this one for the day. So watch that as we go across this way. See that, how you keep leaving from it, returning to it, leaving from, returning to it, right around 575.50. Watch that key level. Now, if buyers can maintain that level, we're gonna say it from both standpoints. Now, if buyers can maintain 575.50, you do have room to possibly push your way back up towards that 580 to 583.50, which was yesterday's pivot point. So as long as they can hold that floor, you do have room to rotate your way back up towards the upside. Now, if they lose 575.50, and again, that's based off of what is going to come out at 10 o'clock, because don't forget we got 10 o'clock data. If we lose 575, we do have more room to fall back down towards that 570 level. So watch that 575.50 level and see where we go from here. Watch the buying volume and the selling volume. Watch that buying volume and selling volume. I mean, right now, as of now, with the market just open, I mean, we have somewhat of a little uptrend build. I mean, you do have somewhat of a little uptrend build. You know, your high, your low bills. So I mean, you have somewhat of a little uptrend set up on SPY this time, like a little mini uptrend. But again, you got to give it time to build. You got to give it time to set itself up. Because again, the market is just open. Give it time to set itself up right now. Right now, as of now, we see a mini uptrend at this time.
Breakfast is now following on Twitch.
Breakfast, what's up, boss? I hope you have a blessed weekend, and thank you so much for following, boss. Appreciate you. God bless you. Appreciate you, boss. But right now, like I said, you have a little mini uptrend, but don't forget we got data coming out at 10. Let's see what type of results. So if it's positive, we should be staying above the areas of 575.50 for the possible push up.
Entire account blew up this morning. Good luck to you.
Oh, what did you trade? Breakfast, what you trade? Yesterday, I alerted the longs, don't go long. I told everybody to look for a possible pullback from on SPY from 586.50 level down to 583.50 level, and we got that dump on down this morning around 570. So I did alert all the longs not to go long. I did alert all the longs to be mindful.
Credit spread.
Oh, okay, got you. So yeah, so right here, boss, y'all. Like I said yesterday, I alerted everybody. You know, if buyers would have hold 583.50, we had the room to possibly run up to 586.50, which we got rejected at 586.50. Back down to the pivot point around 583.50. Now this morning we wound up falling underneath that pivot point and got that dump on off. So I was told the buyers in general, be mindful that I don't think the market is going to hold. The market still looks weak, and I again alerted them on that, and we dumped on off because the market just looked weak. I mean, overall, even throughout the week, it just didn't look strong at all. It looked very weak. So right now, a little uptrend is still holding at this time. Little uptrend is still trying to hold. So got to keep in mind, guys, the market just opened. Like I said, just keep it in mind. We still got a lot of room, a lot of time for the market to do what it needs to do. So at this time, all we're going to do is watch these particular price points to see how can we play around these levels. So right now, it looked like the temporary pivot point for today, as of now, until we get back above 583.50, look like right now it's going to be around 575.50, because you can see every time you keep leaving from it, returning to it, leaving from it, returning to it. So as long as you stay underneath it, that'll benefit the sellers. You stay above it, that'll benefit the buyers.
Housing stuff is priced in already.
Oh, okay, boss, got you. Yeah, so like I said, whatever you need help with, breakfast, let me know, boss. I got you on that. Right now, the thing that we're going over right now is SPY, Tesla, Nvidia. We had a few traders that's looking into CORWV and SMCI at this time. So right now, as of now, being on a Friday, sometimes the volume can be a little tricky. Right now, all we're doing is watching the setup from pre-market into intraday right now. So we have a little mini uptrend building up at this time. A little mini uptrend. We do have data coming out at 10 o'clock to see how it's going to affect the market. If it's positive, then we should be staying above that 575.50 for that possible push back up towards that 579 to 580 level back this way. Now, if it's negative, we may get a pullback down underneath the 575.50 where we can start coming back down this way. So we got about 7 minutes till that data comes out. Right now, it looks like it's still holding. So we're going to see what type of volatility is going to take place at 10 o'clock. You know, whether that data is going to be positive or negative. We have a new home sales data coming out, guys, at 10 o'clock. Don't forget about that.
Says, gotcha. I was running credit spreads at 0.1 deltas. 114 in a row, then 2 losers in a row, depleted 75%.
Oh man, boss, and I'm gonna do the best that I can to help you, regain that back. What we can do, boss. I got you on that, man. But I did warn everybody that I just seen a lot of weakness in the market still. That I didn't see no buying strength just yet. I mean, I did alert everybody. Deck, say first things first. Thank you to all of our veterans and everyone who has served served our country. Shout out to our veterans, man. Salute to all of y'all guys who have served, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for your service. Appreciate you. He said thank you to all who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms. I am done with my trading on the week. I will be seeing everyone next Tuesday. Big account trading returns. be ready to watch me make $10,000 plus months. Shout out to Deck, and I already know he gonna kill it. One of the GOATs. So definitely gonna keep that on watch, boss. Saying I will be starting, guys, my small account challenge. That'll be June 2nd. With starting up with $500 on that one, and we're gonna slowly grow it up, grow our account. So June 2nd, I'm gonna be starting off a small account challenge with 500 instead of 100, because I know 100 sometimes can be a pain in the you know what. So I'd rather start off with 500 to have a little bit of leverage. So I'm gonna be doing that. So instead of 100, 500. So definitely gonna be getting ready for that one. So right now, it looks like we're still building the uptrend, guys. We got about 5 minutes till that data comes out. Again, if it's positive, we should see a little nice reversal back up towards that back up towards 580, 79 up to 580. So if it's negative, we should be pulling our way right back down to that 575.50 level. So watch as that data is about to come out, whether it's going to be negative or positive. We're going to keep it on watch. We'll see where we go from here. We're going to see. We're going to see, guys. So just keep it on watch. I mean, right now, everything's still looking a little weak, man. Look at Tesla. Tesla's still looking like a little downtrend setup. That's still looking weak. I mean, Nvidia, even though it's still trying to hold, it's still looking a little weak. Like it still wants to follow this downtrend. Look like it wants to get rejected at that purple trend line and pull back underneath that 130. That's the way it's looking. I mean, it's still looking weak. I still don't see no buying value, man. Just still setting in right now. And then with being a Friday, and then knowing that next week's gonna be a 4-day trading week, that's the thing I'm thinking about. I'm like, a buyer's really willing, to push all the way up on this last trading day of the week, or it's gonna continue to sell off. So I'm just trying to see where we're gonna go from here, because I know it's gonna be, because I'm trying to think about it, in the buyer's mind psychologically. Like, are they gonna really try to go for that squeeze?
J Powell talks this weekend.
Oh, this weekend? Let me see. I think let me go back to the economics. And appreciate you for the heads up. Thanks so much, Breakfast. Appreciate you, boss. Let me double check this. Let me go into next week's 26, right? Yep. Yeah. Sunday. Appreciate you. Yeah. I see it. Yep. Powell speaks. Yep. Sunday at, what is that? 1 at not 1. I'm sorry. 2:40. Yeah, so appreciate you for the heads up, boss. Did it pop up on the other one that I normally use? Oh, I do have it right here. Yep. Right here. Sunday, May 25th. Yep, 2:40. Yep. So Jerome Powell will be speaking on a Sunday. It's a weird day. Anything we may have important for next week's economics. Anything important. For the starting with the 27th, we have durable goods. Tuesday. Wednesday, we're just gonna have the minutes. The Fed's minutes, not meeting minutes. That'll be Wednesday. Thursday, the 29th, that'll be initial jobless claims, GDP, pending home sales, and Friday will be PCE data. So we'll have PCE data coming in for sure. But Breakfast, thanks so much for the heads up, boss, and for the alert. Appreciate you for that. Thank you. All right, guys, data coming out in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's see what type of impact it's going to have on the market. If it's positive, we should get that push back up. If it's negative, we may pull our way back down towards that 575.50 level. So let's see what type of impact it's going to have on the market in about 2 minutes. Let's see. Like I said, just be mindful today, Friday. I'm just telling you. I don't want y'all forcing anything. No force Fridays. Especially if you made good money Monday through Thursday. I don't want y'all throwing it, giving all that money back. All your hard-earned, work that you put in based off of one day. My thing is, and I'm just being honest with you, if you don't need to trade on a Friday, you don't need to force anything. If you make good money Monday through Thursday, don't force anything. Don't turn it into a gamble just because you want to trade. If you made decent profits Monday through Thursday, man, lock it up, wait for next week. Again, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm always going to try to tell you things to help you, not hurt you. Because we know how Fridays can get sometimes. Just be mindful of that. If you do want to trade on Fridays, let's just see the setups. What type of setup we're going to have overall. Are we going to have a continuation uptrend the way that we're building right now? Or will we start to reverse back down? So let's just see how the overall setup is going to present itself. Now, if the overall uptrend continues, then we know we have room to possibly push our way back up to that pivot point, which is around that 583.50. Now, if it's negative, again, we can fall back underneath that 575.50, back down into the 570s, into the 567s, and so forth. So let's see. We got data coming out in about 13 seconds, guys. Let's see what type of impact, and I'm going to also look up the results to see what we came out. So 5 seconds, guys, in a matter of 4, 3, 2, 1. Data should be coming out. Let's see where we go. Data coming out. Let me take a look. So like I said, if it's positive, we should be possibly pushing our way back up towards that 579 up the 580 level and continuing the uptrend. If it's negative, we should be possibly pulling our way back down towards those 575 levels. So right now, it's looking a little positive, like it's holding. So let me check out the results to see what came out on that. We had new home sales data came out today. So let me double check that to see what type of data. So right now, look like it's holding. But let me double check, get that confirmation, make sure it's positive. New home sales data. Nope, wrong one. Let me go back a little bit. Where's the main one I normally use for today's 23rd, right? Yeah, 23rd. So right now it's kind of holding. It's trying to hold. So right now, like I said, no pullbacks yet. Looks positive. So new home sales came out positive. Forecast was at 694,000. Actual came out to 743,000. So looked like it came out positive. So definitely gonna keep it on watch to see where we go. So let's see what type of impact it's gonna have. Right now, uptrend is still trying to hold. So uptrend is still building. So like I said, if it's positive, we should hold that above that 575.50 level for that possible move on up, back up towards that 579 up to 580. So right now, uptrend is still trying to hold up. Nvidia, we're holding 130. Tesla, we're still holding above 335 for the possible push up to 340. Keep that on watch. So uptrend is still holding. Uptrend is still holding up at this time. Just that volume sucks. It's like it's not aggressive. It's just like a slow build. It's like that volume is just horrible. It's like, boy, I can't wait for those buys to wake up. Boy, for those good pushes. Oh man. Let me see if NBC saying anything. No, Dow drops more than 300 points as Trump threatens new tariffs against Europe and Apple. So that's the only thing I see so far is that. It's the only data I see. Trump says 25% tariffs must be paid by Apple on iPhones not made in the U.S. So that's the only thing that I see as of now. But right now, look like that bad boy still trying to hold. Look like it's still trying to hold. It's not strong though, but it's trying to hold. Where you getting stuffed at though? Where's this level? I'm gonna use this one. What is that around? 570, almost 77.50. Almost around 577.50 level. Let me see something. Let me duplicate that. Make a duplicate copy. 577.50 level. Let me see. I'm gonna put a little temporary line for right now to see can we get that break above that price point. Oops, not what I want to go to. Dotted 2. And right at this little level, like right here, I want to see can we get that breakout, because every time you hit around that level, you get rejected. Right around 577.50, you get rejected. So I want to see can we break above that 577.50 for that possible push up towards the upside. But look like we're getting a little bit of weakness right across the board at 577.50. So I want to see can we get that breakout above that level. What's up, Smart? How we looking, boss? Testing 45. Yeah, we was talking about that yesterday. I remember that. We went over that. Q. I think that's the right one. I think I put that right. What was that level? I think, was it 46 yesterday? Was it? Nope. We got a little break above that. I hate this damn chart, man. It moves so damn slow. I hate this damn thing. Well, how did we go? Around 580, 48, I mean. He's saying 5. I keep thinking about SPY. Gotta get them on there. Around 48, then back down to that 46 range. So, let's see. 46. If we get that 46 breakout, then we have room to push our way back up to 48. So, let's see. So, we need to break back above 46. I'm going to put an alert at 46 to see can we win it. There goes SPY, guys, going for that squeeze back up towards that possible 50 estimate that we talked about. So, let me put 46 alert for the possible breakout above that level. If we can get that break and hold above 46, then you have room to push up towards that, back up towards 48. So, I'm going to put 46 alert, and I'm going to put 48 alert. I'm gonna set up 2 of them. So we be aware of that. And there goes SPY pushing up towards that 50 SMA. Ah, god dog it. Oh, there we go. All right. So that's gonna be your 2 main. That's gonna be your 2 main areas, Smart. As of now, on IONQ, we need to get that break back above 46 for that possible push back up to 48 plus level. So right now, this is the range that we in. We wind up reclaiming the bottoms of 42, mid areas of 44, for the tops around 46. So we want, in other words, we want to break out of this range where we could create a new range. We get that break back above, 46, then we can utilize that as a floor. So from that price point, then we can utilize 46, 48, up to 50. So we'll wind up changing out the range, the channel, and putting it towards the upside. So that means we'll do away with 44 and 42 and move these 2 particular lines towards this way. We'll put the mid area at 48 and then the tops around 50. So the main thing we want to see is a break above 46 to, put us in a new channel. So that's the main thing we want to see right now, Smart, is that break above 46. So I do got my alerts and everything set up. So this is what, okay, we do break out. This is what we want to see. So let me make a duplicate copy. This is what we want to see. We want to see 48 as the mid for this new channel. And matter of fact, let me move 46 up to 50. 46 to 50 top, and then we'll use this one as the bottoms, 46. So that's the new channel we want to get into as of now. So we'll do away with this for right now. We'll just do this for future wise. So we want to get above 46 as we get back, as we create a new channel, 46, 48 up to 50 tops. So that's what we want to create. So we want to get out of this old channel here for a new channel here. So right now 46 is going to be key. 46. That's going to be key. So right now, still trying to push up towards that 50 SMA on SPY. Trying to push up to that 50 SMA. Still creating a little uptrend. Slow build. Slow. So right now, yeah, bad boy still uptrending, slowly uptrending. So still looking good, still looking positive as of now, as far as SPY's sake. So as long as we can keep that uptrend going, you do have room to possibly push your way back up to that 580 level. But do keep in mind that we need to break back above 580 because right now we're in the 570s. This is we done fell from the 580 ranges now into the 570s. So you already know 580 is going to be a whole number all over again, where 580 can act as support and 580 can act as resistance. So keep that in mind. And don't forget, if we do get that push, you got room to push your way back into a pivot point, 583.50. 583.50 pivot. So it's just slowly climbing, trying to slowly climb his way. Yeah, Fridays, it's like Fridays sometimes be the worst for me. I had to learn from making a lot of mistakes on Fridays. I used to try to rush it. I'll be honest, I used to rush the plays on Friday. I'll be honest. I used to try to jump in early, thinking it's going to, continue a certain way, and then it wound up reversing back down the opposite way. And I would have to learn from my mistakes. I was like, yeah, Fridays, I try to. So what I'm going to do is, for the small account challenge, I'm going to try to avoid Fridays as much as possible. So, because I want to focus mainly and solely on Mondays and Thursdays, Monday through Thursdays, and try to avoid a little bit of Fridays movement or Fridays trading. But right now, bad boy still holding. Like I said, we're still building on up. Get that. We can get that break above that 50 SMA. You do have room to push your way back up towards that 579 to 580 level. So let me see the overall trend line on this one. Let me see. Let me look at that overall setup on SPY. So we need to break back above this old area here. Yep, so we got to get back above 580 for sure. Old support can be possible resistance. So you already see that we underneath 580 at this time. We underneath that bad boy. So that's where we may have a little bit of trouble if we do get that push towards 580, because we may have some sellers sitting right here at this level. Now, buyers can take out the sellers, get back above 580, then you do have room to possibly run your way back up towards that area, possibly around 583.50. But right now, we fell out of this range. Dipped all, we cracked it, fell out all the way down to the 570s. So the goal for buyers is to get back in this range. That's the goal. So if buyers can reclaim that 580, then we can possibly move our way back up towards that 583.50 up to 586.50. Fell out of a channel. Goal for buyers to get back in that channel. So we'll see where we go. Oh yeah, Fridays is just like, I'm gonna see what I can do on a Friday, but I'm gonna see. I don't want to force anything, but I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes peeled to see if I do see a possible good setup where I can get in and hold it and not having to jump in and out of the damn play. Right now, still trying to hold his way up. Still trying to hold on top of that 577.50. Remember, that was that old level right here that we broke out of right here. Right, once you fell underneath 577.50, you kept getting rejected. 577.50, 577.50. So what buyers we need to do is stay on top of it and slowly move our way back up this way. And you can see sellers trying to come in and try to push those buyers underneath that 577.50. So buyers need to hold that level. Buyers need to hold it, because you don't want to fall back underneath it, because you don't want to turn that back into resistance. So buyers need to hold it, hold that level, 577.50, real quick. Need to hold that level, because we know we're in a kind of a little tight position right now. Because you got to keep in mind, you got that 50 SMA right above your head, but you're still on top of your other indicators, your 90 MA and 20 MA, and including the VWAP. So, but you got to keep in mind that 50 SMA can act as a strong resistance as well, as long as you stay underneath it. But if those buyers can come in aggressive and go for that push towards 579 to 580, that'll put you above that strong indicator, which that would possibly continue the uptrend. So that'll be a good thing, because therefore that'll give those indicators time to cross back up towards the upside, creating an indicator squeeze, an indicator crossover. So that's what we need. So right now your 9 MA has gotten right back on top of the 20 MA. So from this point, we need that 9 MA to cross that 50 SMA, which can be a good bullish signal and help the bulls out for a possible squeeze on up. So we want to see that indicator squeeze between the 50 and that 9. But look like it's trying to set itself up, though. Look like it's trying to set itself up for a possible indicator squeeze right between these two bad boys. So it look like it's gearing up to do that. So it's showing strength. So if you notice, look, see that? See how it's showing strength between the 9 MA and that 50? That possible indicator squeeze? That possible indicator squeeze setting up. Possible indicator squeeze setting up. Oops. So let's see, can they succeed on this indicator squeeze that could be about to present itself? So let's see, can we utilize that 9 MA and can we utilize that 50 for that possible squeeze up above that 580 level? And if they can go for that successful squeeze, you already know what area they're heading for. That's going to be around that 583.50 level. Hey Queen, morning. Hope you and the baby girl are doing fine. So watch that 50 SMA. Watch that 50 SMA. Let's see if they can get that squeeze between those two indicators, kind of like a little tweezer. Let's see, can they get that squeeze? Let's see, can they go for that squeeze? Because you're back underneath it right now. Back underneath that 50 SMA. But it's still setting up to possibly squeeze, though. Still setting up. Because like I said, your 9 MA has crossed back up towards the upside. We just got to get that 9 MA to cross that 50. That'll definitely go for a possible nice squeeze. A nice squeeze. So let's see, because it's gearing up to try it. It's definitely gearing up to try it, because your 9 MA is trying to move its way up towards that 577.50, because that'll be a double support area. So it's gearing up. It's slowly gearing up to do something. It's slowly gearing up. But we're gonna see what's about to take place. It's slowly gearing. Like I said, look at those indicators. Look at the 9 MA and look at the 50. How it's doing this. See how it's squeezing? It's doing that like it wants to pop. See how you're having a little bit of trouble still trying to hold above that 50 SMA still, but you're holding above the 9, kind of getting it like in a wedge. It's kind of like it's setting up the squeeze. So let's see. We're about to see, guys. We're about to see. Can we get that successful squeeze? Let me see the indicators on that one. Let's see. Oops. I hate when I minimize these dang charts, man. I gotta keep doing all the scrolling over crap. I hate that. Yeah, so your indicators are sitting up right. It looks like they're still holding up that 9 EMA. Look like they're trying to get that 9 EMA to create an indicator squeeze around that 105 level. So look, okay. So Smart, look like it's trying to do this. It's trying to set itself up to do this. So if I take a line and match it with that 9 EMA, it look like it's trying to set up to do this. Let me change the color to it. To blue. Kind of match that bad boy. So yeah, it look like it's trying to use that indicator to squeeze right at 105. So as long as that 9 EMA moves up and that IONQ stays on top of it, it could be setting itself for an indicator squeeze based off of that 9 EMA alone. So it could be setting up a squeeze because right now they're having a hard time trying to break above that 105. So as long as that 9 EMA keeps holding on up and we stay above that price point, it could be setting up for a possible squeeze coming right above 105. Let me remove this. So if you notice that 9 EMA is slowly creeping up, slowly trying to creep up. So it looks like they're trying to go for that little possible indicator squeeze coming up soon. And right now with SPY, he's still battling around that 50 SMA in that 9 EMA. So it's like he's ping-ponging back and forth between these two bad boys, but that space is getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. So one of the two is about to happen. One of the two is definitely about to happen. So we either getting a squeeze up or we're coming back down. But look like, like I said, I'm gonna give the bulls the benefit of the doubt for right now. If they can hold it and stay above 577.50, then you do have room to squeeze your way up towards that 580 level. Because you are still building up on this uptrend. So I'm gonna give the bulls the benefit of the doubt first. So like I said, as long as they can hold 577.50 and you do have your 9 MA moving up to 577.50, they could try to go for that possible squeeze. So let's see. As long as they stay on top of it, we can see a little pullback bounce, step a little bear trap for a possible squeeze back up towards 580. So let's see. So I'm watching both, boss. I'm watching both. Watching both. Just watch these setups. Watching both to see. Because right now, sellers are right here around that 50 SMA trying to yank you back down, but buyers are sitting right here. So that space in between the two are getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. So let's see. Buyers just have to stay above that 577.50 for that possible push and for that possible bear trap for that squeeze back up towards that 580 level where they could trap those bears and reverse that play. So let's see. Can they get it? As we pull back down, we should start to see some lower shadows right around this area as that candle flips back up off of that candle's close back up towards the upside. So let's see, can we get it? So if buyers are planning to step back in, this is what we should possibly see. As we pull back down this way around 577.50, we should start to see that low. We should start to see a lower shadow as buyers pushing the body of the candle back up towards that candle's close, where they can use that candle's close to flip for support back that way. So that candle's close was at 578.29, 578.29. So what we should see is a flip of that candle. So 578.29, if I'm not mistaken, that was that candle's close here. So let's see, can we get that flip? Let's see if buyers are willing to step back in, create that bear trap, and flip them. So let's see. 578.29 should be the top of that green candle here. So if buyers come in aggressive, we should get the body of that candle to flip right back on top of that candle's close and turn this bad boy into a green candle back that way. So let's see if those buyers are going to step in and do that. You know, create that bear trap for that possible flip. If not, if sellers outtake them, then you should see a green or red move back down this way. But I'm gonna give the buyers the benefit of the doubt first, because I want to see, can they flip that candle. I want to see, can they utilize this area around at 577.50 to start to create a bear trap and flip back that way, back up towards the upside, because they got the opportunity to do it. They got the ability to do it. So I want to see if they're gonna do just that. As I stated, hold that level, create a lower shadow, push the body of that candle back that way, and flip it. So let me see. If the buying strength is there, that's what we should possibly see. Let's see. Right now we're pulling back down to 577.50. So let's see if buyers are going to step in right here. Let's see. We should start to see lower shadows. And those buyers should try to push that body back up. So let's see if the buying strength is there. That's what we should see. So let's see. We're pulling back down towards that area. 577.50. So let's see if those buys going to create that bear trap. Let's see if they're going to create that pullback failure. Because you got it right here already. Pullback failure, pullback failure. So let's see if they're going to create a third pullback failure. Because if you notice, the sellers are having a hard time trying to stay underneath what price point? 577.50. So let's see as we pull back down, if this going to be the third pullback failure. So let's see. We pulling back. So let's see if the buy is going to create another pullback failure. Where they'll prevent those sellers from staying closing underneath that price point. Up, look like we closed. Up, look like we did the opposite. Let's see. Yep, look like we did the opposite. Look like we gapped down. So let's see. Let's see if those buyers gonna try to step back in. Let's see. See what I mean? How we came? You see how those sellers came gap right underneath 577.50? Like they purposely did that. See, that's why I say sometimes you gotta sit back and watch. You got to sit back and analyze these setups. So let's see. That's why I said sometimes, because a lot of people like to jump in here, jump in there, and not really understand the setups, understand the price points, understand the situation. And they put themselves in the wrong side of momentum because they, jumping the gun. So look what happened. We didn't get it again. What did the sellers do? They wound up out taking those buyers underneath what price point? 577.50, and now started to flip that way. So let's see. So sometimes you got to sit back and watch this stuff. You got to sit back and just understand and respect those price points. Now I'm gonna tell you what should have happened if the buys were in play. As we pull back down here, those buys should have came in, created that lower shadow back up towards that 578.29, which is where that green candle close was at, flipping that candle back up towards the upside and keeping you above that 50 SMA. But what happened? We still had more sellers than buyers because buyers couldn't hold these key levels. So that created a green to red move and also a failure to stay above that 50 SMA. So that created that gap back down towards the 9 EMA, back down towards that VWAP. So as you notice, right here, this is where your sellers were sitting at because the bears refused to let the buyers reclaim their level of 578.29. And right there, they also had that 50 SMA, which reversed the play right back on down. So all we did was fall from that 50 SMA right back down to that 9 EMA. Now, is it still a possibility for buyers to still step back in and still try to go for it? That's still a possibility because right now, as of now, you're still above the 9 EMA. You're still above the 9 EMA. So you pull back down, still above the 9 EMA, which they have control over that level, as well as the sellers have control over this level. But notice you're still in this range. You're still in this wedge still. So you're still in that range. You're still in that wedge. So look right here. See that? You're still in this little wedge still. So let's see what we get. That's why I say Fridays, guys, be mindful. Fridays, the volumes, like I said, can be a little. And Scotty Traedz, thanks so much, boss. And yeah, and the level 2s too, as well too, boss. Yeah. So I mean, I do levels too, but I mainly focus on more like patterns and understanding the price ranges. So that's another thing. So that's why I had 577.50 level, and that's all why I had 578 level at this time to see if the buyers are going to step in and, push back up towards the upside. Now we're getting back above because we did pull back down towards the VWAP 20 MA, got right back on top of the 9, so he's still within his range, in his wedge. So buyers are still holding above the 9 MA. Sellers are sitting around the 50 SMA. And we're still getting tighter and tighter and tighter in that wedge. So let's see where we go. So look like still trying to set up for a squeeze. Still setting up for a squeeze. So let's see. Cause that squeeze, like that wedge is getting tighter and tighter is doing this between the 9 MA and that 50 SMA. That wedge is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Like I said, the buyers still have a chance as long as they hold 577.50. They still have a chance to squeeze up. Because they got right back on top of that price point. Now they got to get a break above 578.29. So look like they still gearing up for that squeeze. INQ, where we at, boss? Yeah, 46 level, 46. We did a lot. I didn't even know that my alert went off. I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, my alert went off at 46. So the range that we were in, Scotty Traedz, this morning was around 42, 44, 46. That was on IONQ. The next level that I was talking to Smart about, I said we get back above 46, that'll put us in a new range of 46, 48 up to 50. That'll put us in a new range here. So as long as those buys can hold get back above 46, that'll put us in a new range. However, if they cannot get back above 46, that'll put us back still in the old range of 46, 44, back down to 42. But like I said, I'm definitely keeping on watch. But we did push our way back up to 46, which we did alert that. Right now, look like buys, guys, spies. Look like buys. All utilizing that squeeze. Look like they trying to flip it right back up to 80. So look like they trying to flip it. Uptrend is still holding. So look like they went for it. Yep, they went for that indicator squeeze. Now they back on top of the 50. Now all indicators underneath. Now we should, from this point, start to see a strong push. We should start to see a strong push from this level now, because now you're above all indicators. You should be going for that strong push from 79 up to that 80 level. So let's see if those buys, because right now, it's in the buy's favor right now. Definitely in the buy's favor right now. Like I said, uptrend is still up. It's still holding. So as long as, like I said, now the new level, buy stay on top of that 578.29 level, you have room to push your way up towards that possible area of 580. So right now, like I said, as long as they can stay on top of that 578.29, they do have room to push their way up to 579 up to 580. So it looks like they may be trying to create bear traps, little pullback failures, where they go for more of a powerful push. So let's see if that's what they're trying to do. Because now from this point, they need to flip right back on top of this 78.29. 78.29 level. Let's see if they're going to go for that flip. Let's see if they're going to go for this flip. Because, you're above all your indicators. You're above the VWAP. It's like they just slowly climbing their way, trying to slowly climb their way back up. Let's see. That's why I say, boy, Fridays. I know Fridays can be a little tricky. But yeah, look like that's what they're trying to do. Let's see if they're going to flip it, Scotty. Spy. Let's see if they can flip it back on top of that 578.29. So if they get that flip, we should be seeing that push back up towards 579 to 580 level. So let's see, because you are above all the indicators. You're above the 9, the 20, and now the strongest one, the 50. So let's see, can they flip this candle back up on top of 578.29 for that possible push. Oh, no. Yeah, lock it, man. With Friday, Scott, yeah, lock it out. Yeah, be safe. Yeah, Fridays, yeah, lock it, boss. Be safe. Yeah. I don't do not like to gamble on Fridays. I hate gambling on Fridays because I know how that volume can be. I know how that volume can definitely be. But shout out to Scotty and for the rest of everybody else who did profit. Shout out to you guys. So, Scotty, what was your entry on IONQ? So what was your intro on IONQ? So like I said, we were in the previous range on IONQ at 40. And I put the old range. I'm gonna make a duplicate copy. So this was the old range we were in before we got that push back up. Cause it looked like it moved by $2 increments. So yeah, so they reclaimed the bottoms of 42. Then we had a mid area of 44 up to 46. So let me make a duplicate copy of that one as of now. And that was 44 mid. 44 mid. So this was the old range that we were in before. So from that 42 level, we reclaimed, got up to 44 up to 46 range. So we did get that. So as you can see right here, guys, still haven't got it yet. So like I said, a little chop. So okay, so you had a $2. I'm close to a $2 push. So you good? Yeah, you caught a good entry. Got a good entry on that one. So like I said, the next phase that we want to see on IONQ is get back above 46, because that'll put us in a new range where we can do away with 44 and 42 and just focus on this range here of 46 bottoms, 48 mid, 50 tops. And like I said, I already know it's going to be tricky today, Friday. Man, I already know they're gonna be tricky. I'm trying to see if those buyers trying to set up a big bear trap. So that's why I'm looking. I want to see if they trying to set up a big another possible bear trap. You know, if they pull back down and try to push it back up. I'm gonna see. I'm trying to see if they're trying to go for another bear trap setup. Because the main floor, they still holding above that 577.50. So again, the buyers need to push their way back above 578.29 to flip that candle back this way. So right now, it looks like they're still trying to hold that 577.50. So I'm just watching this right here. See if they're going to try to hold it. So you gapping down a little bit. So let's see. Let's see. Can the buyers hold? Or will we pull back? Let's see. Because again, what I'm trying to do, guys, I'm trying to see the overall setup. I'm just trying to see the overall setup. You know, can the uptrend continue, or will we start to reverse? Right now, all I'm doing is watching these particular price points that buyers need to hold at this time before we go back down to 575. So right now, all I'm doing is just trying to watch the build up. All I'm doing is watching this build up. So right now, we are building a higher low build. So right now, again, buyers would need to hold 577.50 for the possible push back up. But if we start to crack, then you do have room to fall back down this way. But right now, 577.50 is holding. At this time, 577.50 buyers are trying to hold. Trying to hold this key level. So I know the volume isn't great at this time. I know the volume kind of sucks. So let's see. From 577.50, we should be trying to push our way back up to that 578.29 level. So let's see. Because right now you're in a little channel. You're like in a little range. But we need those buyers to push back. We need those buyers to push above that 578.29 where we can start to go back towards that 580 level. So right now you're kind of in a range. Kind of back and forth through this little range. So you know where the sellers are sitting at. And you know where the buyers are sitting at. So the sellers are sitting around at 578.29 because you see we have yet to break above that price point or close above that price point. So you can see right here. Every time we try to get above that 578.29, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, right across the board. How many tries have you had? 1, 2, 3, 4 this time. So this is gonna be the key area that buyers we need to break. So again, we know what sellers are sitting at, we know what buyers are sitting at, which is creating somewhat of a little range at this time. Excuse me. Where we at right now, Scotty? Where we at, boss? Yeah, like I said, the main theme, the main focus for more possible upside is that 46. That's gonna be the main focus, 46. We need to get back above 46 because we want to create a new range. We want to create a new channel. We want to create a new channel and a new focus. 46 bottoms, 48 mid, 50 tops, putting us in a new range. I mean, it's still looking good. You still got an uptrend building up on this bad boy. So I mean, it's still looking good. I mean, it's definitely still setting up. It's just slowly creeping its way up. So, I mean, it's still holding. So, I mean, I give it that. It's still holding. So, we definitely just want to get back in that range of 46. We want to get back on top of that floor. Right now, SPY, we want those buys to successfully crack up. We want those buys to successfully break above 578.29. Because, like I said, if you go right across the board, you always had failure or you got stuffed at what price point? 578.29. So what we want to see is those buyers successfully get that candle to close above that price point. Because if we can get those candles to successfully close above it, that'll turn 578.29 level from resistance now into support. So that's why we want to get a candle to successfully break and hold above that price point where we can create a higher low build. So just kind of like we did right here, 577.50. Wind up holding that key level, got that break. Now the next key level is going to be around 578.29. We want to see those buyers successfully close above that price point because we want that uptrend to continue. You said earlier it's a tight line walk this Friday. Yeah, I mean, and another thing too, Scotty, is because we start next week, we're not going to have a 5-day trading week. We're going to have a 4-day trading week because we have a holiday coming up, which is Memorial Day. So that's why I said it's gonna be a little tricky. Due to the fact is, I mean, with Fridays, we'll see on how these buys are gonna hold versus the sellers. So that's why I'm saying even with SPY, we watching to see can these buys successfully close above that price point to see can we continuously build our way back up to the 580 range. And then with IO and Q, that's gonna be around 46. So because right here you try to hold above 46, but came right back underneath 46. So if you notice that, So on Fridays, the volume does get a little, a little tricky. So right now, look like buyers are trying to successfully close on top of what price point? 578.29. At this time, what time about to close out? 30 seconds. So we want to see a successful close on top of that price point, because that'll be the first candle to get a successful close on top of that price point. So right now, still getting a little squeeze, still squeezing up. There go your indicator squeeze. There go that indicator squeeze. There go those buyers coming in off that squeeze right here. And there we go, right above 578.29. 578.29. So there we go. We gapped up on top of it. So that's a good thing. And that's allowing that 90 and to start to curl its way back on top. So that's a good sign. So uptrend is still holding. Uptrend is still holding on SPY. That bad boy, it's just a slow creeper. It's just a slow creeper. But we know where it's trying to go, or where the buyers are trying to go. They're trying to get back into that 580 range. It's just slowly creeping its way up. Just a slow creep. It's just a slow creep. IONQ, like I said, we need 46. In the video, we need 132. Tesla, we want to get back above 340. But SPY slowly creeping. We have gotten back on top of 578.29. So we have gotten back on top of that one. Like I said, it's just a slow creeper. It's just a slow creeper. Slow creeper right now. But it's slowly building. Because I know what a lot of traders anticipating. They anticipating those heavy squeezes. Because I know what especially on Fridays, they anticipating those short squeezes. Because they want to see that. They want to see those push. They want to see the push. Because I know what a lot of them are anticipating for those short squeezes to come. They're anticipating those short squeezes. Right now, still underneath 46 on IONQ. It's like that buying volume, man. It's just, I mean, it may squeeze. I mean, like I said, those buyers come in aggressive. I mean, again, they got the upper floor. They got the room. Let me also see if we above all indicators on the 15 and the 30. Make sure we cleared all those bad boys. On the 15-minute time frame, your 50 estimate is around 180. I'm sorry, 581. 30-minute time frame. Where's that bad boy at? 30-minute time frame is around 582. All right, we'll go back to the 5 real quick. Still slowly trying to creep his little way up though. Slow creep. Where will be that possible breakout? Like where would the buyers actually go crazy at? What would be that squeeze point where they will just go ballistic? Now to see, the main thing with SPY that we need to get back above is going to be that 583.50. 583.50 is going to be that key area we need to definitely get back above. Well, I'm gonna tell you why too, Queen. See, watch. Look right here. I'm gonna tell you why. Look very closely. Look very, very closely. See, watch. See? See how that bad boy is still cupping? Still see that cup? See that? What's holding you up right now? 577. See that? Now, why we need to get back on top of 583.50? Get back on top of that floor where we can reverse that play back up. See, you're underneath 583.50, which is why you're getting that red candle back down towards 577, 575. That's why you need that. Because right now you're creating a inverted like cup pattern. So you can clearly see that right across the board where you ran up. 596, came right back on down. So you did a big green or red move. You went from buyers to now sellers, creating an upside down cup-like pattern. And like I said, the main thing that you're holding above at this moment is around that 577, 575 range. So There's your cup. And again, in order for us to avoid that pattern, we need to get those buyers to get back above that, around that 583.50 level where we had this old floor before, where you went from 583.50, ran your way up to what? 596, and then came right back down, try to stay above 593.83.50, down to 577. So now you see the setup. Now you see what I'm saying. You see it? You went from buyers to now sellers. So that's why I'm watching these particular areas, because all I see right now, as of now, is a cup. I see a big arc. I see a green to red move, buyers to sellers. So that's why I'm just keeping my eyes peeled. That's why I'm just watching these levels. So what buyers will possibly need to do for Friday, right now they did recover 575, 577, because you are back on top of that floor. They're holding on top of that channel. So the next key level, that's why buyers will need to push their way back up towards that 583.50, because you want to see a long lower shadow as the body of that candle recovers back this way. Because we want to create a long lower shadow that's going to scare the crap out of these bears. Because to them, they still see a sell-off opportunity where you can fall from these indicators of the 9 EMA, 20 EMA back down towards that 50 SMA, which that will put you back down towards 570, around at 570, 567.50 and so forth, back down towards these lows here. So, I mean, sellers are looking at it as a possible gap fill down opportunity. See that? Because you didn't lost all your indicators. You lost the main indicators. See, when you were on the upside, you utilized the 20 EMA and the 9 EMA, which you got to pull back bounce, pull back bounce, pull back bounce, and ran your way up to 596. Now we are underneath those indicators, which you're now getting rejected. So now what those buyers need to do is slowly push their way back on top of that, at least that 583.50. Why? Because if they can successfully do that, that'll at least put them back above that 20 EMA for the possible reversal back on up. But right now, you got those indicators working against you, not with you. So that's why. So you done lost those indicators. Now you're underneath those bad boys, acting as strong resistance. Where again, if those sellers do come in aggressive, you could pull back down the gap fill, that 50 SMA back down this way, which you could see a possible pullback down towards what price point? 570 down into the 560s. So that's why.
Jackie Garcia says she definitely doesn't like pizza.
Oh wow. Well, you know she likes seafood. That girl was tearing up that seafood yesterday. So she don't like pizza. That's a first. Oh, she's talking about our daughter. Oh yeah, Scott Traedz. That's my queen. That's my lady. She's she's pregnant. We having a baby girl, and she's talking about certain things that she eat that our baby girl don't like. So basically that's what she's talking about. So we should be having our baby girl in between the end of November, early December, somewhere in that bracket. So we have a baby girl on the way. Man, no problem. Appreciate you, boss. Appreciate you. So right now, even with IONQ, I mean, it does look like we're getting a little archy right underneath that right underneath 46. Right underneath 46. And I still see somewhat of a cup-like pattern on SPY where it does look like we can still pull back. It does look like we can still fade. That setup I see is an inverted cup. Where that bad boy look like we can still fade on down. It does look like a fade that can still possibly happen. I mean, that's what it's giving off. Because in order for us to reverse that play, we're going to have to get back above that 583.50. Because if not, you're doing this. You're cupping on down. I was thinking the SPY would had a dump. Yeah, I mean, and normally, Scotty, you'll normally start to see some transitions. Like if you don't see it, the earlier date, like right now, like what time we got right now, 10:43. Normally, if you don't see like a move or some type of setup, between 9:30 and 11:30, 12ish, you'll normally start to see a bigger transition between like 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock. You'll normally start to see a bigger transition. So I mean, right now, as of now, as far as 9:30, to 9:40, 10:43, we're just still coasting on up. Still just slowly coasting on up. So normally you'll start to get some type of transition, and I'll show you the proof. You'll normally start to see some transitions around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. That's normally what it does. Watch, and I'll show you the proof, boss. Look, so right here, for example, that was around, see right here, look at the time. That was around, 1 o'clock? We came on down around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. We got a transition from red to green, and then got that move back on up. And then around 3:30, we started to dump right back on down. Another one, for example, go back. What day was this? That was that Thursday? So Thursday, that was around. So you can look at the time. Look at the time, Scotty. 12 o'clock, 12:45, around 1 o'clock, dumped on off. So you see how he got a bigger transition? Let me go back a little bit. Let me go back the next day. This one, that was about 2. Let me go up a little bit. What was this time? Was this? This was about 1 o'clock. Transition. Dump on down. So you see, around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, you get like a different transition. So, and I'll go back a little bit again. Let's see, right here. This was around about 1 to 1:25. Got a little dump on down. So, I mean, it's always around like 12, 1 o'clock. You always get like this little transitional movement. So, I always notice that. So, if y'all know, that's why I don't jump in plays quick sometimes, because I started to notice that. I started to notice the transition. So, like, if you miss the first half of the move, you'll have the back half of the move. So, I kind of take that into consideration. So, as right now, the front end of the move, we know that we're still moving on up. So, the question is, right around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, will we continue to transition on up, or the movement on up, or will we hit some type of resistance and start to slowly transition right back on down? So that's the $1 million question, because like I said, the volume is still kind of so the volume is still kind of looking a little, and like I said, today Friday, just be mindful of that. All I'm doing, I'm watching both sides of the fence. If I can get to play, I'll get to play. So I'm watching both sides. I'm watching both sides of the fence right now. Inez, what's up, boss?
GM guys.
And I know today Friday, so I'm watching both sides. Bump that. Like, I'm looking at both. So all I'm doing is, as we move up, okay, what price is around it? That's all I'm doing. And I adjust my contracts around that bad boy. Well, no wonder why the damn contract expensive. I got it set for the 27th. The hell? That's for next week. All right. I knew someone, right? What price point? So I'm going to look. Where we at right now? 78. 78. All right. I'm just looking at different contracts. That's all I'm doing, guys. I normally just look at this, just watch the different contract setups. That's all I do. I just watch them as the market moves. So I just set myself up on both sides. As we do hit around certain resistance. And that's all I do. I set myself up for both sides of the fence. Which one will be a better opportunity? Which one can I benefit from a little bit more? And like I said, I know Friday's a little bit tricky. Sometimes it can be a pain. So right now, as of now, I'm just going off with a little movement. And also, as we're moving up, all I'm doing is looking at different prices and putting my contracts around them. So that means that once we pull back, or whatever the case may be, say for instance, I was to go for a put. Let's just say, for example, and we're moving up towards 79.80. And let's just say in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, the market may want to turn at 580. So all I'm doing is adjusting my contracts around, 579, around 580 levels, and seeing on how it's going to react. So as you can see, pushing up the what price point, 579, up to 580. So all I'm doing is adjusting my contracts around those areas. That's all I'm doing, to see which one I'm going to benefit from the most. What you in, call or put? Call or put, boss? Man, why I feel like something on me? All right, you in on calls? Okay. I'm just, like I said, it just, to me, it just still, I'm not being honest, Scotty. I'm just being honest. I just still see weakness. I'm just being honest. Despite the move up, I just still see weakness. I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, the way that the market has been setting up all week and the pattern I'm seeing, it looks like an inverted cup. That's why the only way it could change my mind is if we get back above that 583.50. Because I know we got some ways to go before we still push back up towards that pivot point, which is all the way back up here. So that's why I'm just still keeping on watch. It's just slowly creeping up. Slowly creeping. Let me take off this one because I don't want to have too many lines on the board, and I apologize. But yeah, I'm just keeping on watching. I know how Fridays can get. So I mean, right now, okay, if you are in, boss, and I'm gonna do the best that I can and to help out. So right now, I mean, y'all still coasting on up. So right now, as of now, we want the buyers And since you're on the long side, we want the buy to stay above that 578.29 level for that possible push up to that 580 level. So right now, it's still slowly building. It's still slowly building its way up. So right now, you still got this uptrend going. So right now, it's still looking decent. Still looking decent. Because, the only reason why I was like, because I know today's Friday. Because I'm trying to see, what is going to be the overall setup on a Friday, knowing that next week is going to be a 4-day trading week instead of a 5-day trade week. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing that just had me a little iffy. Because the way it's setting up, it just still looks bearish. I'm just being honest. It just still looks bearish to me. Again, you don't have to do what I do. I think how I'm thinking. I'm just saying, to me, it just still looks a little bearish still. That's why I'm just still not really chasing right now. If it goes up, shout out to y'all who are in it, but don't, because of what I think, don't change your perspective in your mind, y'all, your game plans. If you think it could go up, ride it on up. Just understand those price points. Make sure we stay above it. It just, to me, the overall setup just still looks like it just still wants to, just being 100% honest. Yeah, we're going to have these moves up for the time being, but it's like, will these bad boys hold as lunch hour rolls around, as the second half of the market rolls around? I just don't feel. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. I just still don't feel comfortable going in on the long side. I just still see weakness. Then, especially with the last trade day of the week, I still don't feel it. I'm just being honest. That's why I'm just watching it, letting it set up. I'm just watching the movement. I'm just watching the setup. That's all I'm doing. But like I said, just because of how I'm thinking, if you have a different way of thinking than mine, then you don't have to compare yours to mine. If you think it's positive or you think it's gonna move, just make sure we're holding these price levels. 105. Okay, engineer, watch that 105 level, queen. Watch that 105. You fall back underneath that 105 because start to pull back down, start to do a green and red move. And as I see, I told you. That's why I'm just keeping on watch. That's why I told you I wasn't comfortable. We'll see. I'm just. That's why I'm just saying, man. Being a Friday and last trade day of the week, I'm just being honest. Again, I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat nothing. I like to be as honest and real with you guys as possible. I was like, yeah. I told y'all that's why I just still see, again, me personally, I just still see more downside. But we'll see. We'll keep it on watch. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I just don't feel comfortable still going long. I just don't. Especially, okay, now I'm going to tell you one thing, for example, Scotty. I'm going to tell you what another price point to watch. 577. 577. Watch that price point. Watch 577. As you pull back down to that area 575. But watch 577. Right where that VWAP is at. Watch that 577. Watch 577 real quick. I told y'all, that's why I told y'all I wasn't. That's why I told y'all I was like, I don't feel comfortable. That's why I'm telling y'all, just, man, don't. I tried warning y'all. That's why I was like, I wasn't comfortable with that. I wasn't comfortable. Like I said, all I was doing was trying to be honest. Honest as I could. All I try to do is help. We'll still keep it on watch. What time it is? 10:53, almost 11. So right now, we know that we underneath. We still haven't broken above 79 to 80 yet. But right now, we have fallen above those key areas. We have fallen back below 578.29. That was this little area here. And now back down to that price point of 577.50. So, starting to shift right back underneath this level that we were in the channel in before the little push. So, now you back down to this bad boy, back underneath those price points. So, that's why I say sometimes you got to sit back and just analyze it. Sit back. We got left on this candle, minute left. So, right now, as far as the minute-wise, as far as this candle close out, you are back underneath 578.29. So, that's back to being resistance at this time. Now, next key level, it's going to be around at 577.50. Because you remember, that's the low range we were in. So, watch 577.50. So, right now, where we at as far as prices, 577.52. So, let's see. Because right now, it's just showing a little bit of weakness. I'm just not. There we go. See? See what I mean? That's why I didn't want. That's why I wasn't chasing. That's why I wasn't chasing it. Yep. That's why I wasn't chasing this bad boy. Got about 5 seconds left. Look like we're going to be closing underneath that price point. Because that's going to be now. Turn it back to resistance right now. Bam, gap down. Start to create a little bear flag. Why I don't chase? Now you see why I don't chase on Fridays. Now you see why I don't chase on Fridays. Now you see why I don't chase on Fridays. Now y'all get it? Why I do not chase or gamble on Fridays. Nope. All I do is pay close attention to those prices. What needs to be done? I like, nope. That's why I just take my time Fridays. That's why I call it no force Fridays. Take your time. Take your time. On force not a damn thing. Don't give up your gains that you done made, Monday through Thursday just based off of one day. Don't do don't do that. That's why I told you, next key level, Scotty, watch boss, watch 577. Now it's 577, watch that level. Watch that level 577. So, in other words, if you crack 577, which is where your VWAP is, VWAP is laying at. If we do happen to crack 577, we do have possible room to pull back down towards that 575.50 level, coming back down this way. So just keep it on watch. Keep it on watch. Keep it on watch. So let's try to make a little range right now. Where we at right now? Let's see if I can try to create a little mini. Try to create a little mini range. I mean, it looked like a bear flag setting up on there. It looked like it wants to crack that VWAP back down this way. I'm just saying, just being honest. It looked like on Tesla, you hit that trend line, got rejected, and came right back on down. I mean, it just looks. It's just. That's why I just say I just wasn't comfortable, man. I just wasn't comfortable with this. That's why you gotta always sit back and understand these setups. Understand those price points. Understand the volume, what type of volume is taking place today. Understand the overall week setup. The overall week, Monday through Friday, it looked like a bearish, looked like a Archie-like setup. So that's why I was warning everybody even since yesterday. We could pull back down. What happened? We pulled back down. So this whole entire week, it's just been bearish. Now we had a bullish week last week, the week before, but this week is just like it's kind of, a little pullback phase. That's why I felt like this week wouldn't like, and I go to it. I'll go to the old setup, the old chart, not chart, but the old the SPY chart from last week. I'll go to it real quick and show y'all the difference. I'll show you the one for the day or this week. So this week was kind of a little. So this was this week. So I'm just keeping on watch. That's this week. And what was the one from last week? See, last week was a little bit stronger. So I'm gonna just keep it on watch to see where we go. Wait, where did I save my charts at? Oh shoot. May, right? Yeah, May. Last week was the 12th through the 6th. Was that the right one? Y'all got the right one? Yeah, 12 through the 16th. Yeah, so yeah, we definitely had a little bit more of a bullish week last week versus this one. It was a little bit, it didn't scream out bullish this week to me, based off of all the closes. I mean, it just, and in the setup, I mean, it just looks, yeah, I don't know. That's why I was kind of, I didn't feel right on the long side. I'm just being honest. I didn't feel right on the long side. So now, as of now, you're back underneath 577.50, pulling back down to 577. Possible bear flag setting up. Crack that 577. We're room to fall back down towards that possible area of 575, where you are starting to see a green to red move shift. Now it's going from an uptrend to now a possible downtrend. So that's why I was telling y'all, be careful, be mindful. That's why I was just like, I just wasn't comfortable. Just wasn't comfortable. Now, while less buying value come out of nowhere, I just still see weakness. Now, we'll have to have a crap load of buyers to just blast back on up. But other than that, I just still see weakness. I still see a fade. I just do. I just still see more of a fade coming, especially underneath that 577 level. And just be careful, Scotty. Like I said, today's Friday, boss. Just be careful. Yeah, just be careful, man. I just want you guys to be safe, man. I just want y'all to be safe. Because like I said, I know Fridays can be a little tricky, versus Monday through Thursdays. You have less data, less information. I mean, depending on how we set up, you'll normally have short squeeze Fridays. But just the way this is setting up right now, I just don't see it. I'm just being honest. I don't see it unless, again, buyers can come in aggressive. And we're going to start to push back a little bit, see? Start to get a little bit. That's why I say just watch that 577 level. That's why I say watch 577. Watch 577. Right there where that VWAP is. Let's see, can we crack that? Let's see, can we crack 577? Let's see, can we crack that VWAP? Because you gotta keep that in mind, Scotty. You're gonna have a little bit of a little bit of interruption because you gotta understand that's the VWAP. You're coming back down to the VWAP, so you may have some buyers try to sit at around 577. So you make it that's your little VWAP bounce. You gotta be mindful of the VWAP. Don't buy right at the VWAP. Yeah, get in for a put right at the VWAP until we crack that bad boy. But watch that as you pull right down to the VWAP. So from this point for puts, we need to stay underneath 577.50 for that pull right back down underneath 577. Because you want to turn turn this back into resistance. Turn this old level back into resistance as we pull our way back down to 577. So this was expected to happen to get a little bounce because your VWAP, you're getting a VWAP bounce. Getting a little bit of a VWAP bounce. VWAP bounce. All the data's are out. We don't have any news. Let's see. So like I said, right now puts or Scotty and them who are in from this level. Watch 577.50. Make sure you stay underneath 577.50. From that level, you want to pull back down towards that 577 where we can get that start to get that fade on down. Where you get that little pull back, little bounce. Pull back bounce as we start to create a downtrend. Cause you already know how it is on with uptrends is pull back bounces, pull back bounces, pull back bounces. With downtrends is fall, bounce, fall. So you want to go from building up an upstairs to a downstairs. So as you bounce, you want to create bull traps instead of bad traps now. So as you go now into a possible downtrend setup, now instead of creating bad traps that like we would do on the uptrend, you want to create bull traps on a downtrend. So as you go on up, you want to trap those buyers, come right back on down. So as you go up, trap buyers, come right back on down. So now you got to understand, this is the setup for a downtrend. So let's see now if bull trap's going to be set. Which it looked like it's possibly trying to set. Look like it's trying to set up bull traps. Now, especially if this downtrend is about to commence. So let's see what we get. I'm about to check to see if I see any news. No news yet. I don't see anything yet. Yep, so watch that. So like I said, Scotty, watch that 577.50. That's the main thing. As long as you stay underneath that, that's a good thing. Where you'll get breakout failure, breakout failure, breakout failure. So that's almost like, okay, let's think about it from a put standpoint. That's almost like taking this chart here, and flipping it upside down from a put standpoint. Just like I was telling everybody with yesterday how we compared the charts. So let's do this. Let's take a duplicate copy of that same chart. But this time, instead of from a call standpoint, let's look at it from a put standpoint. So what we're going to do is take the link off and flip the chart upside down. Look at that price point. Let's see what we get. Let's flip it upside down. Bam, bam, bam. All right, look at it from a put standpoint. And put that same exact price point. Let's put what price point? See, pushing back on up. I'm going to put those same exact price points. Let's see how we're looking on the put side. How are we looking on the puts? God dang, what the candles on this damn thing? Hold up, guys. I'm trying to fix this. I'm trying to see what these damn candles is at. Oh, wait. I'm in the wrong area, ain't I? 570s. What the hell am I at? Oh. It's upside down. Duh, Jay. Get it together. Get it together. Charts is upside down. My fault. All right, here we go. My bad. My bad. Don't you judge me. All right, so let's see. So that's the pivot point, right? 583.50. So the levels that we at right now, let's go ahead and make a duplicate copy. What levels were we at? On that little range? 577.50. That's one. 577.50. That's why I said be careful on these levels. So you again getting the VWAP bounce. VWAP bounce. Alright, 577.50, which you falling back under. And what was the other one? 578.29 level. 578.29 level. 578, oops. 578.29 level. That's based off of this little range that we were in. Alright, cool. Right here. So, all we're doing now is just looking at it in reverse. Alright. So, right now, this is a put standpoint. This is a call standpoint. So, we're going to look at it from both spectrums. Put side, call side. So, let's see. So, right now, puts. What we want to do is fall right back under. Let's see, can we get that pull back underneath that 577.50 level, which should be your bottoms on the put side. So let's see. Let's watch it from both standpoints. Well, also the VWAP. Also too, Scotty. See my little dotted line right here? That's my VWAP. That's my VWAP. So the VWAP was lining up right with 77. So that was expected to get, a possible little pullback. A possible little pullback bounce right around the VWAP. So from this point, we want to see, can we create a downtrend setup from this area? So what we need to see for the continuation pullback, fall back underneath that 577.50. We want those sellers to keep those buys underneath that price point. So from that price point, we want to pull back down to 577. So we want to create a downtrend setup. We want to create higher low bills. So right now, that 577.50 rejection on the calls should be a 577.50 bounce on the puts. So you see how it's doing the opposite? See how it's doing the opposite of one another? So as you fall on the calls, you're going up on your puts. So that's why we need to lose 577. We can lose 577. More pullback will possibly be coming. So we want to crack that 577. Right now we're getting a little bit of pullback. What time it is right now? Oh, we just started this candle. So we want to crack 577. We want those sellers to come in aggressive. Crack 577. Because that'll put you underneath the VWAP. That'll put you underneath the VWAP. So right now we have 577. Bam. So let's see. There you go. There you go, Scotty. Let's see, can we stay underneath? Let's see, can those sellers stay underneath that price point? Let's see, can we stay underneath 577? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Keep it on watch. 577. We want to see a close underneath that price point because we want that downtrend to continue. We want the downtrend to continue. So as long as we can stay underneath that 577 level, you have room to fall back down to 576, down to 575. But we got to get rid of this floor. Got to get underneath that VWAP. Where we can start that downtrend. There we go. Let's see. There we go, boss. Let's see, can we stay underneath it? These are 5 minute candle time frames. We want to see that candle successfully close and stay underneath 577. We want to close out. We got about 3 minutes left on this candle. So we want that candle to close underneath the price point of 577. Because that's going to keep you underneath the VWAP. We want them to stay away. So watch this price. We want to stay underneath 577 at all times, even despite the bounce back up. We want those sellers to keep prevent those buyers from reclaiming 577, where we can start to slowly create a downtrend versus this uptrend. So I was telling y'all, Fridays be mindful, man. Fridays. So that's why I'm doing the best that I can to help you guys do this. Engineer, CRWV 105, back underneath that price point. Weakness is starting to kick in. So right now, Scotty, you're looking good so far, boss. Underneath that price point of 177, we want that candle close. We don't want to see a failure pullback. We want to see a successful close underneath that price point. Because again, you want to stay underneath that VWAP, which could possibly lead to more downside coming. Because now, instead of being on the bullish side of the VWAP, now you be on the bearish side of the VWAP. So that's why we want to get that successful close underneath 577. See how buyers keep trying to go up to 577 to hold? See that? See how you're getting that failure pullback? Those sellers are having a hard time trying to close underneath it. We want to see a nice successful pullback underneath it, because we want to take that floor away from those buyers. We want to close underneath this bad boy. So we got about 2 minutes left. We want to see that yank. We definitely want to see that yank. I mean, it's still looking bearish. Don't get me wrong, still looking bearish, because you're still underneath. Because right now, you're still underneath 577.50. 577.50. You're underneath that one. So you still got resistance still above their heads. The indicators are starting to fall back down. So it's just a slow build. It's just a slow build. It's a slow build right now. So right now, even though you're holding 577 at this time, you're still underneath the price point of 577.50. So now we just want to see, can we yank 577 level back down to the 576? So let's see what time we got left. We got 1 minute left. 1 minute left. So right now, it look like we're being somewhat of a little range as of now. So you look like you'll be in a range between 577.50 and 577 in a 50-cent range because the sellers are still sitting at 577. Let's see. We don't want those buys to reclaim 577.50. Stay underneath that because you want to have at least one ceiling above their heads. 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. See how those buys look. They try to get right back on top of it. See, those sellers gotta keep those buys away from these levels, because what you want to prevent is a transition or or a reversal. What time we got left? Oh, it's cutting close, right around 577. Ooh, they might get. Let's see. Let's see what we get. So right now, let's see what we get, boss. Because again, and that's all off of that VY bounce. VY bounce. Still looking a little weak. Let's see. Come on, sellers. Got to get back underneath that 577.50. Come on, sellers. Create those bull traps. Start to arc this bad boy. Start to arc it. Let's see, can we get it? Let's see, can we get that arc? Let's see, can we get this arc? Right here. Let's see, can we get that arc? Arc back down. We want to prevent those buys from moving in, again, reclaiming these levels. You want to take out, you want to do a rug pull. You want to create a rug pull. Come on, sellers. We got to get those buys back underneath. See, they reclaimed that 577.50. They reclaimed 577.50. That's why I told y'all, boy. Fridays, I know Fridays can be a little, I know it can be a little tricky. I know. That's why I'm gonna work with y'all through this, guys. I'm gonna work with you guys through this. I'm gonna do the best that I can to narrate this, to comment on this. So right now, what we got? So we got about 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes before this candle closes. All right. So let's watch these levels. So right now, he's starting to create an arc. He's starting to create another arc. So again, what we want to see is those sellers keep those buyers underneath 577.50 because we don't want them reclaiming these levels. We don't want them reclaiming. We don't want those buyers turning this back into support and then moving their way back up towards 578.29. We want to take this out because we want to build our way down, not up. So we got to get these buyers knocked off. We got to take out the 577.50 again. We got to take it out. Because like I said, it's starting to arc. It's starting to slowly arc, but we got to get those sellers to come in. Because we don't want to give those buyers a chance to, start to try to rebuild themselves. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to build a higher low from 577, 577.50. They're trying to slowly try to build their way up. So in order to avoid that, we need to take those floors away from them. Prevent them from creating floors. We got to take those floors away from them. Got to take it away. And like I said, that was off of that VY bounce. VY bounce, which was lined up right around with 577. That's why those buys came for that level. Because what we want to see is more red candles versus green candles now on this side of the spectrum. So this side, you had more green candles than red candles. Now on this side of the spectrum, if a downtrend is setting up, we want to see more red candles versus green candles. Because we want to see a lot more selling than buying. Because we want that downtrend to commence. Because we want to start to create some type of higher low build. We want to create a downtrend setup. So we want to start to create something like this, Scotty. We want to start to create something like this, boss. Want to create this possible downtrend setup. Almost something like this to this nature. But now we're going this way. So right now, what time it is? Got 2 minutes left. Right now we back underneath 577.50. Cool. All right, back underneath that price point. Back underneath that 577.50. All right, now we need to just take out 577. So right now, look like a bull trap. Look like a bull trap was set as of now. So we still got 2 minutes still on this one. We just want to stay underneath that price point on down to 577. Because again, the goal is to build down, not build up. So take out VWAP, crack that 577 on down to the 576 you go. So let's see, boss. Let's see. So looking like a bull trap was set, boss. Bull trap is set so far. Looking good. Look like he want to crack that VWAP. Right back down to the 576, baby. 576, 576. Let's see. Can these sellers continue? Can these sellers come in and continue? Can this downtrend commence? We got 1 minute. So right now we back underneath 577.50. Next level is 577 because we want to get out of the 577 range back into the 576. Because again, the goal was to lose value, not create value. So right now, keep watching 577. We got to take that out. We got to get those sellers to crack that VWAP in that 577. Because you back underneath 577.50. That's again, you're taking that floor away from those buyers. So you got about 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. Come on, sellers. Got to take out that 77 level. Because you want to go from the 77s into the 76. Because you want to create fear in those buyers. You don't want to give them a fighting chance to try to move back up. What we got left? 8 seconds left. Stay underneath. Stay on the stairs. 577, 50. Stay underneath. Gap down. All right, gap down. Cool. Woo! All right. So gap down 577.50. All right. Watch this level. Because it's still like creating an arc. It's still creating like an arc. See that? Still creating an arc still. So let's see. Still creating an arc. We know that what price point we got to really take out is that 577. We got to take that out where you can get that H-like pattern. 77, then you got room to fall down to that 76.50, down to 76 into the 75. So we'll start to downtrend your way this way. So we got to crack that VWAP in this level here. Definitely got to take out that 577. So, I mean, it looked like it wants to do it. I mean, because you are getting an arc. It looked like the sellers are getting a little bit heavier. Come on, baby. Come on. 577. Take them out into the 576s. Come on. Downtrend is slowly starting to commence. Take out 577. On down to 576 you go. Let's see, boss. Ooh. All right, come on, sellers. Down to 576.50. 76.50. We should be getting around that level. Set my alert. 76.50. Right around that level. Come on. Let's see, can we get it? 76.50. Come on. Yeah, like I said, I know Fridays can be a little tricky. Still got back on 77, huh? Come on, man. It's going to be a little channel. It's going to be a little range right here. I already see this crap setting up. It's going to be a back and forth level right around there. Let's see. That's why I say, boy, Fridays, I tell you. So let's see. Because you already back underneath 577.50. We just got to take out this damn 577. Because you gap down. Come on, sellers. Let's see what we're going to get. Come on, sellers. That's why I tell y'all, boy, be mindful on Fridays. Still got that arc. We still got that arc going on. What time we got left? 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So we still need 577.50. Still need that price point, regardless to the 577. We still need that price point. Because it still looks archy. It still like it has archy-like setup. We're gonna see. That's why I said, boy. Yeah, that's because your buyers are trying to stay above that VWAP. That's why. Because that's why, if you notice, we haven't successfully got a candle close underneath 577. See, and then right back up. See, it's gonna be. That's why I told you back and forth, because that's what you want to do is stay underneath these price points. It's gonna be a lot of back and forth, because I know what the buyers are trying to do. Because the buyers are trying to, they trying to build that, they trying to offer that VWAP. They're trying to create enough trend. That's what I'm saying. We need to take that out. I knew the day, boy. Today be tricky as hell. That's why I get away from Fridays, man. Fridays just Fridays a little tricky. Because everything else is slowly pulling back. Because, Tesla's slowly pulling back. So what is pushing? Wait, let me see. I don't see anything else holding. Let me go to Let me see if I see anything else holding too, boss. Let me see, because I don't see anything else. Let me see. Microsoft? What is pushing? Yep. Like I said, all due to that VWAP. That VWAP, that's what I was telling you. That VWAP, that's why we need to, that's why I said that 577. Remember what I told you when we was up here? I said, look at that 577 level. That's why I said 577 was going to be important. 577. That's why I told you that area is going to be very, very important, boss. 577. That's why I said watch 577 level. That's why I didn't jump in. I'm still keeping on watch. Still keeping on watch. Cause I really don't see anything really holding. I mean, based off the companies, I don't really see anything else really. Let me see. Let me look at Let me see. See, Microsoft weak. Yep. So Microsoft a little weak because I just don't see none of the companies really holding up well. See, Microsoft pulling back. Google, how that's looking? It's still a little AMD. AMD getting a little might be AMD doing that. Yeah, that's what it may be. Maybe AMD doing that crap. Cause everything else I see look like it's fading. Now I got Meta. Meta too trying to get a little bounce. Oh well, we already see Tesla now. What about Apple? Yep, that's why. But Scotty, that's why I told you. You know, once we start to pull back down from that 579 level, that's why I told you keep your eyes peeled at 577. Because I told you 577 was gonna play a major role. That's why I said watch 577. That's why I told you keep your eyes peeled on that price. But I said watch that level 577. Because that's why I said that's why we needed to take that out. We needed to take out 577. But I just don't see anything really pushing strong. I mean, they're getting some little bounces, but I don't see like anything major that's causing SPY to do what it's doing. Yeah, and like I said, yeah, engineer, it was based off that VWAP bounce. Yeah, it was based off that VWAP bounce at 577. VWAP bounce at 577. Yep, that VWAP held. VWAP held. The sellers couldn't take it out. So let me go ahead and do away with that one. Put it back on the uptrend. Yep, I mean, we tried to give it a go, but yeah, that VWAP held. Came down to 577, caught that 577 bounce back up towards that 578.29 level. So you got that little bounce back up. So let's just look at it from an uptrend standpoint. As long as they holding it, bad boy, let's see. Yep, because that main key area, in order for us to get that good reversal, is going to be around that 583.50. For sure. That's that old pivot. So if they get that break above 580, they got room to possibly push back up to that pivot as long as those buys hold. Yep. VWAP held. VWAP held. I knew Friday was gonna be a little tricky. I knew Friday was gonna be tricky. So, yep, uptrend is still holding at this time. So, bad boy still holding. Boy, this week, I ain't gonna lie, this week been just like been an ugly setup, man. This week just been just straight. This week has been off. Definitely been off. Yep, trying to get back above that 578.29 level. That was that old level here before that little push back up towards 579. What time it is right now? 11:24. All right, 11:24. I mean, if y'all get it, y'all get it. I just still don't feel comfortable long-wise, man. The way this is setting up, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I just still don't feel comfortable long. Yet, I mean, not yet. I don't. I mean, I know we're getting these little bounces back up. I don't know. Like I said, seize the opportunity if y'all have it. Cause I mean, we called out yesterday perfectly. You know, from 583.50 up to 586.50, and then back down to 583.50, then you dumped on off. So we called that one like damn near spot on yesterday. So that was damn near perfect on that call on that put side. Is these contracts doing what I think it's trying to do? Let me see if it's setting up on what I think it's trying to do. So I'm looking at one of the contracts. I'm just trying to see something. Got Microsoft getting a little bounce back on up. Got rejected around 452. Back down towards that level around, almost around what? That 450 range? Yeah, around 450. I don't know. It's just something off. I can't explain it. Just something off about this. We'll see, man. We'll see. It's like this whole setup it's just off to me. Because again, if those buyers gonna step in, we definitely want to get that price or get that push back up to that 583.50. It's just something about this setup. It just, I don't know what it is. Like I said, I can't explain it. It just, I mean, if it pushes, I mean, shout out to y'all. It just, from what I'm looking at, it just don't look. Low boy, what you got? VIX? Is that the low boy? Is that the old TVIX thing? Or that's what is that? Well, I know they changed their ticker. I know they changed the ticker on is that the same one or that's a oops. Yeah, I see. I'm looking at the VIX because VIX, yeah, started to come right back down. Yeah, I do see that. I don't think we have anything else coming out today though, right? I don't think we have no other. I'm gonna double check, but I don't think we have anything else coming out. I don't think so. No, I don't see anything else. We'll see. Like I said, if y'all on the long side, like I said, I mean, hold above that 578.29 level for that possible push back up to 579 to 580. I don't know, just something off about this setup. I'm just I'm just keeping on watch. Like I say, I know today's Friday. I'm just we'll see. See what these buys, if these buys gonna move in. No certainty in the market. Keeping plays tight. Okay, okay. Oh, okay, okay. Appreciate you, boss. Appreciate you. Thanks so much for that. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I mean, still slowly coasting. Slowly still coasting. I mean, we'll see. So I mean, well, you're up right now, huh, Scotty? You up so far? Cause like I said, what caught the bounce back up was the VWAP bounce. That was around 577. That's why I told you to watch that level. Watch that 577 level, cause that was the level that we needed to take out to see more downside. But it's like every single time those sellers kept trying to take out that VWAP underneath that 577, the buys kept holding that level. Yep, I mean, because like I said, right here where my dotted line is, that's my VWAP. And we came right down to the VWAP, 577, 577. I said, look for this level here. I said that was going to be very important because that was what we needed to take out. And it's like the sellers, we couldn't, they didn't succeed on it. And Scotty, man, you up, boss. Don't throw away your blessing, boss. Don't throw away your blessing, man. Yeah, man. My thing is, you made a profit. You made more than what most people are making 2 weeks. So that's still a blessing on top of a blessing, man. So don't force anything, man. Yeah, don't force anything. That's still a blessing within itself. So shout out to Scotty for everybody else who made some good trades today. Jordan Queen, Low Ball, all of y'all. I mean, so shout out to all of y'all who did good. Like I said, just be careful. Fridays can be a little, So again, especially if you worked your ass off Monday through Thursday, man, don't throw away all your profits for one day. I mean, like I said, if you see an opportunity, take advantage of the opportunity. But if you don't force one. Yeah, don't force one if you don't see it. But Scotty, shout out to you, boss, and for everybody else today. I mean, y'all did a hell of a job because I know, like I said, I know sometimes Fridays can be a little, the volume kind of is like, it's a little off-putting sometimes, and sometimes it can be a little off because, like I said, the reason why I like Monday through Thursdays because you have more solid. You have more solid news Monday through Thursdays, whether it's PCE, well, not PCE data, because that's on Fridays. You'll normally have, your normal jobless claims, PPI, CPI, FOMC meetings, GDP. What else do we normally have that normally pushes it? Non-farm payrolls on Fridays, and so forth. Yep, so we do have buyers trying to push. So we do have buyers. Like I said, trend line is still holding. I mean, like I said, the push just failed to take out that 577. That's, again, around that VWAP. That's what, caused those buyers to step right back in, right at that VWAP bounce. Yep, so right now it's causing puts to, still stay on this downtrend setup. So let's just go ahead and do away with that one for right now. We're going to focus on the put side just yet. So we'll just stay focused on Tesla and them. See what Tesla and them is doing. All right. Anything else we need to look at? What's Google and them doing? Google's still trying to build a little uptrend towards 170. A small little uptrend towards 170. So right now it's what, 1133? 1133 at this moment. Still building a little uptrend. It's just like I said, it's just not giving me that wow movement. Those big, massive engulfing candles. It's, set up these bull flag patterns, and and like I said, due to the volatility, it's slowly building. It's just not giving me that wow like feeling. Like we can definitely ride the bull flags on up. Got greedy, took one more trade on day in queue of 2,220 on the day. Clay, shout out to you, boss. But like I said, guys, just if y'all see the opportunity, take them. But just be careful. Like I said, today is Friday. Just be careful. If y'all see it, take it. But just be careful. I just don't want y'all to give back the the hard work, the profit that y'all earned. I just don't want y'all giving that back up. So right now, uptrend is still holding. Uptrend is still trying to build his way up. Still trying to slowly build his way up. So I'm gonna just darken this one down and focus on the uptrend. Yeah, just be careful, boss. Like I said, congratulations. Shout out to y'all who did profit. Just be mindful. Today is Friday. Just be careful. Yep. So uptrend is still holding up. Still trying to hold his way back up. Trying to push towards that 580 level. What contract was I looking at? 5. Wait. That's for the 23rd, right? 20. Wait, what contracts am I looking at? Oh, damn, I still got 27 contracts. That's why I was wondering why I was looking off. I still have 27 contracts on. Why the hell do I have 27 instead of 23? No wonder. Let me see. Oh, I was wondering what was throwing me off. I had the wrong contracts out. I was looking at 27 instead of 23. I knew something was off. I was looking at the wrong contract the whole damn time. I was looking at the wrong contract the whole damn time. No wonder. I mean, don't get me wrong. The 27 was still look good. The 27s, they still looking healthy. I was looking at the wrong contract the whole time. I knew something was off. I kept looking at the dates. I was like, what? No wonder. I like they was looking at the wrong damn dates. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong dates, Chart Queen. I was looking at the 27 contracts. But like I said, they still look good. The 27 still look good on those contracts. They still look nice. Oh, yeah, I would have poured in low if I would have known I was looking at the wrong freaking damn contract the whole damn time. That's messed up. That's messed up. That's crazy. God dang it. I was looking at the wrong freaking one. I knew something was off about when I kept looking at my contracts. I'm like, why does this damn thing look off? Yep, I was looking at the wrong contracts, Queen. I looked at the wrong one. But yeah, I gotta set back to the regular date now. That's what messed me up. God dang it. Alright, now I got the right ones. I don't know why the hell I had it set for the 27th. Yep, and I would have been up on that one. It's all good. All right, now guys, I'm trying to get that push up to that 580. Trying to get that push to 580. So let me try to straighten this up. Let me see, because we're above these price points, so we're gonna do away with these lines. So we ain't gonna focus on that now since we're above it. So we're gonna focus on. Take this off. All right. Monday is a holiday, and yep, Monday is a holiday. Memorial Day. What time it is right now? 11:38. So we still got almost an hour to go to get back above that price point. Like I said, the main area I'm looking at too for sure that can prevent us from, again, pulling back down is going to be that 583.50 level. So right now, where we at? Close to 580. Close to 580 level. So watching Tesla too. Tesla getting a little bit of a pullback. It's like I just don't. It's like none of these companies just like wowing me to the point. It's like we about to squeeze a spike. I mean, we got Microsoft still trying to hold up. What is that? 452 level. Let me see how. I'm gonna watch that 452 range on Microsoft. Look at that one. 452. It's the area that we need to break in order for us to get our way back up towards that 454 range. So I'm watching that one. We just checked out Google. What about AMD? AMD around that 110ish range. AMD. Levels need to get back above on this one. Okay, let me see. $137. Yeah, all I'm doing, guys, just trying to look at these chart setups on these contracts real quick. I'm just trying to see how everything is set up so far, you know, from tops to bottoms. So I'm just looking at these ranges real quick. Okay. All right. So keep it on watch, guys. Keep it on watch. So I'm gonna stay on with you guys till I'll stay on to like 12:30. I'll stay on to 12:30. So we'll rock it out. So I want to see how the market, you know, is gonna be setting itself up going for the second half of the market. You know, are we gonna continue the uptrend towards the upside, or we know will we start to transition back down towards the downside? So I mean, right now, as of now, I mean we are holding an uptrend. So right now we're definitely holding an uptrend. Levels that we need to break for sure is gonna be 580. We want to see that 580 push. As we push back up towards that possible area, towards that pivot point around 583.50. So we know for sure we need to break above 580 on that note. 580 level. All right. So still keeping everything on watch, guys. Still keeping everything on watch. Yeah, like I said, boy, Fridays. I hate Fridays. I hate Fridays. So where we at right now? 579 still. So I'm just trying to look at everything to see, like, you know, what areas they would definitely need to hold to benefit us for that successful push all the way back up. So I'm just definitely trying to watch these levels. Any news on anything, guys? Y'all see any news anywhere? Uptrend, like I said, as far as spot, I mean, uptrend is still holding, still trying to go for that 580 push. So uptrend is still commencing on this bad boy. So uptrend is still trying to take place. So 580, we definitely want to get that 580 push. So let me look at the overall setup. Let me see something. Hold up. Yeah, let me look at the overall setup. Yeah, Yeah, so we get back in above 580. Yeah, I run a push up towards that 582. So yeah, we get back in this range here, 580 up to that 583.50. That'll put you back in this little range. So from 580, you can see you ran up towards 583.50, then got back above 583.50 up to 586.50. Then you start to slowly move your way back down. So yeah, we definitely want to get back above 580. 580 is gonna be key for sure. Well, we can see definitely see more upside to to come. But it's like this whole week just been like a just huge dump off. From what day was this? Yeah, Monday. So for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's just been a nice little sell-off week. So ever since Monday's high of 596, I mean, just been fading and fading and fading and fading and fading. So that's why I'm just trying to put the piece of the puzzle together on this bad boy to see, okay. So 580 for sure. Get above 580. We have room to possibly push right back up to that 583.50 level. Yep, so 580. What we got left on this candle? Oh, this one just started. Okay, this one just started. All right, let's see. Let's see where we going, guys. Let's see where we going. Looks like it's trying. Like I said, buyers are trying to stay within this wedge, for sure. I mean, they're definitely trying to stay within their wedge for their possible squeeze. I want to see those bands. Definitely want to see those explosions. Like I want to see those engulfing green candles, man. I want to see those buys just like I'm talking about to the point of no return, just like pushing like crazy, consecutive just bullishness. I'm talking about those short squeezes where it's just going just berserk. Right now it's 11 o'clock because I know we got an hour to go. Because like I said, the main price point that I'm definitely keeping my eyes on is that 583.50 level. Like I'm still just got my eyes peeled on that level. Like this level here. Like I got my eyes solely based on that. Because like I said, if those buys can break back, get above that 580 level, you do have possible room to push your way back up to that 583 level. That's that old pivot point from yesterday. Well, you do have room to possibly push up to that level once you cross right back into that 580 range. So I'm just keeping everything on watch right now. There's been a lot of, I know it's been a lot of sideways movements. I mean, I already know for sure there's been a lot of sideways movements. That's why I say yesterday was like one of the, man, I alerted it yesterday. You know, for that possible drop, that was another good opportunity. I mean, another good, swing opportunity. So all we're trying to see is how Friday's going to set itself up or close out going into next week. Because we already know this Monday's, the highs we hit, the Monday's high was around 596. So we know that that's the area that, we want to see that move back up to. Because remember, Monday sets the tone, Friday sets the standards. So Monday's tone, again, the highs was around 596. Then we started to fade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and still Friday, which is Friday's trying to rebound, trying to get his way back up. But we know we have a long way to go to get to Monday's old price levels, which is around 596. So right now we're just slowly trying to build his way back up. Because it's just been on like I said, guys, if y'all look, it's just been on it has this arc. It's just this faded-like position. That's why I want to see these buys aggressively step in. Especially on Fridays. Because even my contract's just like in a consolidated like state. So definitely want to see a breakout. Well, I know buys. Well, I have a lot of buying volume even on these contracts. Cause I can show y'all the one I'm looking at. Cause even like I was looking at a 580. See, even a 580 is kind of in the consolidated like state on the contracts. I have a put side here and I have a call side here. So I'm looking at the setup still. Looking at the setup still in the consolidated state on this bad boy. So all I'm doing is watching these setups to see if if those buys do step in aggressive and we start to break out of this range and start to move up towards $2 ranges and so forth. But right now it's kind of still just kind of consolidating in a way. So it's kind of just sideways. Because like I said, I would have jumped in, but I was looking at the wrong damn date. I had one for the 27th instead of the 23rd. That's why I had to hurry and flip it, change it out. So definitely just keep my eyes peeled to see when this dang volatility gonna step in. So, Queen, Chart Queen, are you still in your position, Queen? As far as the long side on SPY, you still in it? Well, in not SPY, but you know what I'm talking about. On your long position. So you still in on yours? It's just, man, because I'm not trying to be wrong about this. I'm just being honest, man. I just still feel weakness. Like, I just don't feel that buying strength. Like, like this week, I just don't. That's why I want to see if these. I want these buys to prove it to me that they stepping back in. Like throughout the week. Like I said, we just been on a fade. From Monday's tops, we just been fading Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And that's why I want to see what's going to happen on Friday. Are we going to continue the fade down even after the move up? Or will buyers step in on this last day for the actual short squeeze back up to the upside? That's the only thing that just kind of irking my nerves. Like, that's the only thing I'm still trying to, that's the only thing. Because I just still don't feel. It's like this week has just been a downtrending week. That's what I want to see on this last trading day of the week. Or these buyers gonna actually step in and then like really reverse this play back up after we've been dumping off since Monday's tops of 596. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna still get the buyers the benefit of the doubt. Trendline is still holding. I just don't feel strongly about the long side right now. I'm just being honest. I just don't feel strongly about the long side at this moment. Until, buyers can step in and prove that to me. I just still feel like it's still a little bit of weakness in the market still. I mean, I'm just being honest. That's why I'm going to just keep my eyes peeled to see. I mean, we got these little pops here and there, but I'm talking about the overall setup that I still just see weakness. Like, I still see overall weakness on this bad boy. I just don't feel comfortable long-wise right now. The way this is setting up, I just don't. I don't know. I just don't feel. I just don't. I mean, we'll see though. And again, me, I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. I ain't gonna try to sugarcoat nothing. I'm just being honest. Just being 110% honest. Yeah, I mean, to me, Chart Queen, it's like this week. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, this week's just been just more of a pullback week. That's why I just want to see, okay, on the last trading day of the week, on a Friday, will buyers actually squeeze? But if we do squeeze, we got a long way to go because, like I said, Monday's level, or the area that we got rejected at that started the pullback, was 596. And we're nowhere near that. We're nowhere near 596. The only key area I could possibly see you know, that we could run up to is 583.50. You know, we do get that break above 580 because 583 is that pivot point, but now you're underneath that pivot point. I mean, if we do get a break, I can see us running up to this bad boy. But I just, from, again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, today, it's just been like a pullback week. But I'm going to just keep my eyes peeled to see. That's why I want to see if buy's going to step back in on this last trade day of the week. Can we see some short squeezes? You know, can we start to really get that push? So I'm going to definitely keep my eyes peeled on that to see. Because like I said, look at this. That's why I want to see if those buys going to step back in. Because Monday, 596. Tuesdays, 594s. Wednesdays, 592s. Then a dump on of Thursdays, yesterday, 596. Today, 593.50. And then you had that pullback all the way down to 575. So that's what I'm saying. We'll have a lot to recover. So that's why I want to see if buyers will maintain this 580 level to kind of start to reverse the play back up towards the upside going into next week. So that's what I want to definitely see. If buyers can get back above 580 level, put us back in this range between 580, 583.50, because right now 580 is holding up as resistance still, as you're starting to arc down a little bit. So that's why I'm just saying, I'm just out. Today I'm just, it just kind of got me, Oops, go back a little bit. Oh, god dang it. Where's the dang today's date? Good lord. Alright, is that today? This the one? Yeah, there we go. See what I mean? Like, I just don't... See? You see? See what I mean? What was this? 78. So I'm still looking at all these contracts. I'm just trying to weigh out my options. So I'm just trying to just looking through a little few of these. All I'm doing is watching. See, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. So all I'm doing is watching because I know we're starting to crack this trend line slightly. Starting to crack this trend line. Starting to pull back a little bit back down towards the 578. Slightly, a little bit. We're not getting a massive dump yet. Not getting a massive dump just yet. I mean, still pulling back a little slow. What was those levels we talked about? That was 578. What, 578.29? It was something like that. What was those over levels? Yeah, 578.29. All right, back underneath that one a little bit, and then the other one was what, 577.50, right? 577.50. That was that little range we were in. Best runs for myself. IONQ. That was the run that ran up to what price point was that ball? Go 46, right? If I'm not mistaken, it was 46, correct? IONQ was 46. Where we at now? IONQ. Oh, god dang it. I hate when this thing does this. This shit is annoying. I hate when it does this. Trying to go to today's setup. This the one? Alright. There we go. Yep, 46. Yep, so, yep, that was the range we talked about.
Success. 44.50 IM.
Yeah, so right now, Scotty, you're back in that range still, boss, because we still couldn't hold at 46. Remember we said that it moves by somewhat of $2 increments. That was the range before the breakout, 42, 44, 46. So it looked like you're getting rejected, like I said, from that 46 level with room to fall back down to that 44 level. So right now, 46 is still holding weight as far as your resistance as of now. So that's the level that we need to break above if we want to go up towards the 48.50 levels. So, so far, yeah. So we started to pull back from 46, tried to hold above it, then wound up getting that dump back down. Almost look like a damn near inverted cup almost on that one. Let me set mine where we at 50. Let me just set my alert at 44 itself. Today I was just feeling, man, it just felt off, man. I just... I just seen the setup, man. Like, I mean, I look at it from a longer term sense on what SPY could do. That's why I wasn't so excited about going long in this. I just was not. I just wasn't comfortable. I couldn't explain it to everybody because everybody I know was possibly calling me crazy and shit. But I seen it from a arc-like sense that didn't seem like it was gonna hold this week. That's why I'm just still watching. Because, I mean, I know it's still not... I mean, we're not getting no... You know... like crazy volume candles yet. Even on the put side. We just slowly pulling down on puts. We slowly going on calls. It's not like these... You know, that volume. It's just like... You know... It just slow movers up, slow movers down. It just kind of like channeling up, channeling down. You know, it's just not giving me that right now. That's the only reason why I haven't jumped in nothing yet. It just kind of like, I just don't see like the volume that I'm anticipating. I feel like I'm just, if I jump at something, it's just going to be some sideways type of freaking movement. Because we're not getting no massive dumps. We're not getting that massive spikes yet. Like, we're not, it just kind of just sideways up. A little bit of move down here and there. Just, it's like this volume is just a little off. I mean, even down here. I mean, we had some good volume this morning. You can see the volume counters, but right now it's just, you know, it's just. So I'm watching it from both standpoints. It's like nothing. It's like nothing screaming out to me right now, especially on the long side. Hell no, long side. I'm just being honest. Long side, no. I mean, not right now. I just don't. I'm just being honest, 100% honest. Being as honest as I can. I just don't see it. Because right now you crack the trend line, slowly moving back down these 78. Remember that next little point was around what, 77.50. Because remember the range that we was in what, 578.29. That was this level here. No, I think it was a little bit lower. Like right about here. 577.29, that was that little channel. And then the bottoms was around 577.50. So right now, trend line is cracking, starting to show a little bit of weakness. Starting to go right back down underneath those indicators. It just still looking... I'd rather be long over 580 and short underneath 570. And that's the reason, and it's inside. That's the reason why I haven't jumped in anything yet. That's why I'm just watching the setups. You know, that's why I'm just watching the setup because I feel like more buyers will really step in, or we'll see more of like aggressiveness once we get back above that 580 level. Because I mean, right now we just like we just ranging. Right now we just ranging up and down, up and down, up and down. Right now at this moment. Like I said, we can get back above 580 because that'll put us back in that range from the 570s to 580s. I definitely feel like we can see a lot of volume stepping in from that price point because you do have room to go up to that old pivot point, which is around 583.50. There's like a lot of just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's why I'm just keeping on watch because I know what today being a Friday, last trading day of the week. That's why I want to see exactly what his volume gonna go. Because like I said, when I'm anticipating insider, I want to see those short squeezes. Like I want to see those engulfing green candles. Like I want to see massive pushes to let us know like the sellers have no chance of shorting this ever. You know, shorting this today. Like they're getting trapped like crazy. Trap, and then we seeing nothing but these engulfing green candles. Like the buying volume is stepping in, and that bad boy is pushing. I definitely, like I said, especially on Fridays, I love seeing short squeezes, and that's due to a lot of those contracts expiring today too. So that's another reason why I like seeing short squeezes. Because boy, those contracts expire. A lot of those push just sitting there going sideways. They're not getting what they want. Forced out of those plays. More buyers step in, next thing you know, squeezing, like just going like crazy. All right, guys, 12 o'clock. I got 30 minutes with you guys. 30 minutes, I'm going to soon be heading on out. 30 minutes. Just like a lot of back and forth. Just a lot of back and forth. 11. Oh, so they already spoke. You said 11:30 because it's 12 right now. So we're okay. So they already. Oh, so he is speaking. Okay, from 11:30. Okay, appreciate you, engineer. Appreciate you, Queen. We know Jerome Powell's gonna be speaking Sunday, 2:40. He's gonna be speaking Friday, 2:40. See, look at this. Now he's starting to get more red candles a little bit, kind of consecutive red candles than green candles. So let's see what I mean. It's just, oh man, it's just so much back and forth. It's like this bad boy don't know what the hell they want to do. It's like it's just zigzagging. Can't stay above 579. 74. I mean, well, right now we're in a range right now, Hustle, because we still haven't successfully broken above 79 to get up to 80. And we haven't successfully cracked 77. So in other words, I mean, I'll take this trend line off and show y'all what I see so far. I see this range here. This is what I see so far. I see 79 tops, this little area here. And I see 77 bottoms as of now. This is what I see. Make a duplicate copy. This is the range that I see so far. You know, after all the zigzagging, moving back and forth, this is the range that I see. 77 because you have yet to crack that bad boy. So I see this range. This is what I see. See a little bit of a range. A little bit above it. So this is what I see. After all the zagging and zigging and zigging and zagging, this is all I see back and forth between these two areas as of now. And let me do away with this one until we possibly crack back down to that. So we ain't gonna worry about 75.50 just yet until we get that pullback. So we're not gonna worry about that price point. So we're gonna take that out of the equation for right now. We'll just focus on the range that we in as of now. So I do see weakness. We are back underneath the 9 EMA, 20 EMA. So back under that, look like we're starting to curl back down once again. So so it's like you go up to 79, you pull back to 77. 79, pull back to 77. So I'm trying to get the overall setup on this damn thing. I mean, I do still see an uptrend. But it keeps on adjusting. But I still see an uptrend still possibly setting up. Just the volume today is just crappy, man. Like I'm trying to do the best that I can, guys, to even stay positive. Because I know a lot of y'all talking about loans, man. I'm trying to stay positive, you know, to see. It's just that damn volume is just. Like I'm trying to do the best that I can to stay positive on this, you know, to move back up. I mean, they could. I mean, they may start to squeeze, you know, later on because especially you got to think about a lot of contracts that's going to be expiring today because we had 575,000 out of the money puts and we had 274 out of the money calls. So we do have a lot of contracts expiring. Right now it's 12 o'clock and that time decay is kicking ass on them right now. So, I mean, it could start to create a squeeze sooner or later, especially with those puts possibly jumping out of their position because they're not getting what they want right now because they're not getting those pullbacks. So that may force them to jump out of their position, which may excite the buyers, which more may try to jump in and go for a possible squeeze up. So we'll see. Because again, keep in mind, today is Friday and a lot of contracts will be expiring today. So we'll see, because they look like they're trying to put a stranglehold on each other. Because again, puts not getting what they want, so again they not making a lot at this time. I mean, it's barely moving possibly on their contracts. So you get these little small pullbacks, so it's not like major pullbacks. And again, creating some type of uptrend on the buying side, which may try to create some type of squeeze, which is going to force a lot of possible puts out of their position in a sense. So we'll see. We'll see. If the buyers can hold, because if they can hold and stall those puts out of their contracts, again, puts have to deal with that time decay. But what I'm trying to see is if those buyers can hold, and again, if those buyers come in aggressive to avoid those sellers from cracking underneath that 577. Because uptrend is still holding. Uptrend is still holding. Still trying to hold. So that's why I'm just keeping. But everything else is starting to turn slightly. I mean, you got Tesla turning slightly. Getting a little weak on that end. Nvidia, it's not a bad. I mean, I'm just kind of going sideways on that one. So that one don't look too bad on that. What about AMD and all of them? AMD, I mean, it's still like says no. I don't see no strength on these damn things. Like I just don't see any strength. What about Google? Google, nope. Meta, nope. Apple. Still a little fade on down. I just don't see no strength on these bad boys. I see more weakness than strength at this time. And I know today's gonna be a little tricky because, like I said, SPYs may be trying to stall those puts out of their contracts as their time again moves. Because a lot of them gonna have to jump out of their contracts today. Because a lot of them gonna be expiring today. So they may force those sellers out of their contract, which should start to lighten up on that contract volume and start to increase on the call volume. So it look like, because normally they'll do that sometimes. Like the buyers, they'll normally stall those puts out of their contracts, as time moves on, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and majority of those puts got to jump out. And then that means the more those the contracts go down on the put side, the more the contracts goes up on the call side. Because now they're jumping over the calls for the possible push back up. So it looked like that's what they're trying to do, trying to stall those puts out of their contracts, not giving them what they want as far as those pullbacks. So it looked like that's what they're trying to do, trying to stall them out due to time decay. And on Fridays, they normally sometimes do that. That's when you get those squeezes back up to the upside. But they normally like to stall them out. So let's see. Can those buyers get what they want? Can they? Let me see. Matter of fact, let me see. Let's look and see if anything changed as far as the count on the contracts, calls versus puts. So let's see if the amount started to change a little bit now due to the fact it's 12 o'clock now. So let's see if the amounts have changed as far as the contracts goes. SPY. Yep, max pains. All right, let's see what we got so far. Have we moved down a little bit? Yeah, we went down dramatically on the put side. So I mean, we went to what was it? 575,000 out of the money puts. Now down to 560,000. So now it went down a little bit. Seemed like the call side then went up. Because you remember, at one point, we was at 274,000. Now you got 310,000 out of the money calls. Because it looked like the puts contracts are going down while the call contracts slowly are moving up. So calls may be getting what they want as far as on the put side. Trying to flush them out. So, trying to get the numbers to change. Because today is the 23rd. So, let's see. Can more buyers buyers start to step in on those contracts on the volume side, on the buyer side, while those puts jump ship. So let's see. Can they get what they want? Because right now I think the max pain moved over to 584. I think moved to 584 for the day. And like I said, give it some time. Right now it's 12 o'clock. And the main price point, even what I told Scotty, as of now, because right now it is 12 o'clock, watch 570 level. I'm sorry, 577. 577 level, because still we have yet to crack what price point. Pullback failure, 577. So right here, floor is still holding up at this time. So even by 1 o'clock, once that new 1 o'clock candle comes in, you'll still have the possible bottoms where? 577. So that could possibly try to create a double, somewhat of a double bottom. Right here, that was one. And then we get a little pullback down right here. May create a second bottom for the second half of the market. So as we pull back down towards this level, as sellers try to take out and fail to pull back below 577, that could possibly create a double bottom where buyers can utilize that 577 and actually go for that push right back up again. So, I mean, there's a possibility because you are still holding above that price point, because that's one of the main things that we need to hold is 577. So if those buyers can create a pullback failure, as we possibly, if we do pull back down towards that 577 and create a second bottom, then that should, again, get those sellers out of the way, creating a bear trap for that possible reversal right back up towards that 579 up to 580. So as we pull back, let's see, can we create a pullback failure if we do get that pullback down to 577 level again. So let's see. So right now it's 12 o'clock because what the sellers, I'm gonna tell you right now, the sellers game plan or the puts or whatever you want to call it, the game plan for them is to try to get SPY underneath 577 before 1 o'clock. Because that means that 577 return back to resistance. You'll be underneath the VWAP for a possible pullback, further pullback down to the 576, 575s. If the buyers can maintain 577, that can equal up to a possible second bottom, double bottom, for a possible move right back up, 578, 579, where you possibly will get that final squeeze, finally, to the upside. So, right now it is 12 o'clock. Again, give it some time, because again, we know what the seller's intentions are. Seller's intentions is to get SPY underneath 577 before 1 o'clock. Buyer's intention is to hold 577 by 1 o'clock. So, as long as that level holds, that belongs to the buyers. And on top of that, you are above the VWAP. So keep that in mind, that buyers still have somewhat of control still. I know the volume sucks right now, I know it do. But watch 577 to see can buyers maintain 577 for a possible double bottom and a push back up to the upside. So keep that on watch. Just keep it on watch. Keep it on watch to see what's going to happen. Can buyers hold, maintain that level for the possible push back up towards the upside. Right now, we're still in the range. We're still in the range because we still have yet to successfully try to hold above that 579 level, and we have yet to crack 577 level. So we know where the buyers are sitting at, and we know where the sellers are sitting at. So we can clearly see that right across the board. With the mid area, now we can utilize 578 for a midpoint. Within this little range that we're in right now. So we can utilize that. We'll use 578 as the little midpoint. So as long as you stay on top of the mid area, you already know, you can move to the upper portion of that range. Oops, I meant to change the price. My bad. Oops. Damn it. 578. My fault. Yeah, so look at this little range. See the channel set up? So if they can, like I said, right now you're in the upper portion of that range. 578, 579. If you crack that 578, you got room to fall right back down to 577. So right now you're holding in the upper range. Uptrend is still holding at this time. So 578 to 579 level, you are in the upper range of that channel. Upper range. Upper range of the channel. So don't, like I said, don't count it out. Just always wait on these setups to present themselves. Because like I said, at the beginning of the market, it is kind of hard to kind of understand what it's doing. When you first open up, it just looks like choppy. It don't look like it's doing anything. But if you give it some time to set itself up, you can see a better and a clear vision on what the market is doing at this moment. So we see right now, due to the fact is we allow SPY to form itself. Now we can see we can get a better understanding of the range. So we can see right here, 577 bottoms are holding. We know where the buyers are sitting at. 579 tops is the areas where sellers are sitting at. Now we're getting a better understanding of the setup that we're in right now doing intraday. So now we're getting a better understanding of it. Because again, without all of this right here, all you get to you guys is just look like choppy. But once you allow it some time to build, then you can see the overall setup. And that's all it's about. Just give it some time, let it build itself up, and so you can get a better understanding on what it's doing and what needs to happen. So right now, I'm just keeping this on watch. Like I said, I'm still watching. Still keep it on watch, Because right now we're in the mid area, around the mid area. Because we still have yet to break 579. We still have yet to crack 577. So we're still in the range, seeing what SPY wants to truly do, throughout the rest of the market. Whether we're gonna crack out of the channel on the upside, or break out of the channel on the upside, or crack the channel on the downside. So right now we know we're in a range. We know we're in the range as of now. So the question is, will we break out or crack out of it? We crack out of it, for example, on the put side, then we know that we can utilize 577 as a resistance level because it's no longer a floor, now a ceiling as we move back down towards the 576, 575s. Now, if we break out, then we know we can utilize 579 as possible support as we move our way up to 580, 581, 582s and so forth. So right now we're in the little mid area. We're in the mid area, 578. We're in that little mid area. So we know we're near 579, 577. We're just right in the middle. right in the middle, still trying to decide, which way it wants to truly go. Whether we want to stay underneath 578 or hold above 578. So all we're doing is looking at that range. So right now, I'm trying to utilize the uptrend as best as possible. Separate the bulls from the bears. Because above, you already know it's bullish. Below, possible bearish. Because we know that uptrend can hold up as a possible support. Because you can see right here, bounce, bounce, bounce. As long as you stay on top of the up portion of that purple line, bullish. Below that, possible bearish. So, another easy way to kind of help you out a little bit on that setup. I got Tesla trying to wake up a little bit. Man, it's just so off. These setups are just so off. Like, jeez Louise. Like, it was easy to call it yesterday because I knew what a pivot point was. 583.50 up to the 586. And I called that out on, right spot on. Today's a little, today just a little just. Excuse me. Start getting a little small bounce, 578. Trying to hold on top of that trend line. See if I kind of fix it a little bit. I'm gonna try to fix it to the best of my ability. I'm trying to utilize it this way. All right, cool. So uptrend is still holding. Bam, bam, bam. That's still holding so far. A little trend line bounce. So SPY's getting this little trend line bounce right here. Yeah, so right now we're just still in the range right now, Troy and Queen. But the thing about it though, we on the upper portion of this channel. Because like I said, 578 is holding. So we have yet to fall back down to 577. So at this time, you're in a range of 578, 579. So that level's holding, plus that trend line is still holding. So you're still on the bullish side of that spectrum. So we have yet to fall back and crack underneath that trend line. So therefore, we're still bullish until we crack underneath 578, where we get that dump back down to 577 and so forth. But as of now, we're still bullish. Trend line is still holding up at this time. So it's just that volume. I know it's a little bit. I know that volume is a little off. I know the volume is just like, but it's still looking bullish. We just gotta get the buyers to step in and go for those squeezes. Like I said, and they might, because like I said, we have a lot of contracts expiring today. So again, the put contracts already went from 575,000 now down to 560. So, and the calls are starting to step up as far as the contracts, now going from 275 to now 310. So it look like, again, they may be trying to squeeze those puts out of their contracts due to time decay. So it look like that's what they're trying to possibly go for. They're trying to go for that squeeze those puts out of their position. So it look like that's what they're doing. Because right now it's 12 o'clock. Time decay is kicking in. So now some of those puts may be switching over to calls. They may be trying to switch over to a call opportunity. Because now that they see that they're not getting those pullbacks that they were anticipating at this moment. So a lot of puts possibly maybe switching over to call contracts, And then look at Tesla. 340. We already called 340. Watch my alert. 340. So Tesla woke up. So Tesla woke up for sure. That one definitely woke up. 340. So shout out to my Tesla traders on that one. Got that push right back up, 340, bam. So 340, so we got movement on Tesla. So Tesla woke the hell up. So that one squeezing. I don't know what the hell that one definitely went on the squeeze. It definitely went on the short squeeze. I knew the short squeeze was coming. I just didn't know what time. I couldn't give y'all a time on it. But I knew it, like I said, the possible setup of what calls were doing to the puts, stalling them out of them damn contracts. Because again, if the puts are not getting what they want, then they're forced to close those contracts and jump over to now a call contract. So that means that your put contracts, the amount on them will go down while the call contracts start to go up. So that means that some of your puts may be jumping over to call contracts. So as you can see, now you starting to get that engulfing green counter. Now we're starting to get some buying volume start to step in. Now you start to see that bad boy. See that? Stalling those. You see what I meant by stalling those puts out of their contracts? stalling them out because they're not getting what they want. It's forcing them out of their contracts now because now that's creating that short squeeze. Now that's creating that short squeeze now. And it, again, all it does, it takes time, guys. Like I said, Fridays I know can be a little tricky, but that's why you got to put everything together. Look at the trend line. Look at the setups. Look at the range. That gives you time to set everything up before the next move. So therefore, now you can see it. Trend line bounce, trend line bounce, trend line bounce. Stayed above that 578 for that possible push right back up to 579. There you go. You can see the buyer starting to step in. So again, you got sometimes just sit back and let the market do what it does. Again, we can't force it. The market don't care about our feelings. So, but like I said, Fridays, normally you got to think about it. Majority of contracts expire on what? Fridays, right? You're going in for a put. You're not getting what you want. Your contract's not moving. So what are you forced to do? Close out the contracts from a put side, crossing over to a call side. So that'll make the puts go down and the calls go up. Because you got to think about it. Fridays, you always got to remember, majority of contracts always expire on Fridays. Because a lot of them will hold it Monday through Friday. Because the last day of that contract is on a what? Friday. So now watch from this level. Now y'all buyers stepping in. Now you're getting those engulfing green candles. Looking good now. Trying to get his way back up towards 579 for the possible push up to 580. So let's see now. Now buyers are slowly starting to step in. Buyers are slowly starting to step in now. Slowly starting to step in. So now before I head on out, let's look at the amount right now. Let's look at the amount of contracts on puts versus calls. So let's see. So right now you're building up a little bullish momentum. Bullish momentum starting to push. So let's see. Let's go to the contracts. Let's see if the contracts start to shift a little bit from the amount wise. So let's see. So now, like I said, out of the money, you went from 575 down to 560 on puts. Now you got calls from 275 to now 310,000 in out of the money calls. So if you notice the numbers, puts went down, calls went up. So you notice the shift. Start to slowly notice the shift between the two. So starting to slowly shift, guys. Slowly shift. Pull back failure. Pull back failure. It all started at where? VWAP. Started from that VWAP of 577. Failed to pull back. Ran right back up to 579. And then even from here to here, what did it do? It built up a higher low. So you notice that from 577, 578 is creating a what? Higher low build for a possible ascending triangle squeeze out of the level that they can't break. So right now it's setting up for a possible ascending triangle squeeze up towards that 580 level. And there you go. See that? We see how easy it was to read that? Pull back failure, higher low. Pull back failure, higher low. Trend line bounce. Trying to go for that possible push up to 580 range. So that's how it's easy to read. Just like I said, Friday, sometimes you just got to sit back and understand it. Give it some time to set up. Give it some time to do its thing. Just like Tesla. Tesla woke the hell up. Couldn't crack 35. Started to build a higher low. 36. Up to that 38. Got that squeeze up to what? 340. So that was that trend line setting up for that possible ascending triangle squeeze. That one set up. SPY trying to do the same exact thing. Trying to go for an ascending triangle squeeze. Trying to go for that push. So let's see. Now we just need to see. We should start seeing these. Should start to see buying volume start to step in now for this possible ascending triangle squeeze up towards the upside towards 580. And then we get that successful squeeze. Then you got room to run up to what? Remember your pivot point? 583.50. You leave from it. You return to it. For example, let's go to it real quick. Remember that pivot point yesterday? Remember that? Remember the area we kept returning back to? We drop from it, return to it. Drop from it, return to it. Break out above it, return to it. Drop from it, return to it. Break out above it, return to it. Drop from it, return to it. Break out above it, return to it. You always found your way back to what price point? 583.50, like a magnet. So, from this point on, if buyers can get that breakout back above 80, you do have possible room to break out of this. Then let me show y'all before I head out. So let's move this back up to 580. Let's just do this real quick before I head out. So you know what to look at, y'all, what to expect for the rest of the day. So let's move this up to back up to 580, and let's put this trend line back, downtrend up. So if buyers can step in and go for that push back up to 580, we can possibly get a downtrend breakout. And keep in mind, where's that pivot point at? 583.50. So you see right here, for example, when we held 580 level, where did we run up to? 583.50. Got rejected, bounced back up, 583.50. Then we got that breakout, got rejected around 585, came back down, 583.50. Then you came down to 581. Got to bounce back up to what? 583.50. Then you got to run back up to 585. Then you came back down to what? 583.50. Then you came down to these levels of 580, 582, 583, whatever the case. Then you got back up to what? 583.50. Then you ran up 586.50. Came back down to what? 583.50. So if y'all notice, right across the board, you always found your way back to 583.50. 583.50, 583.50, 583.50, 583.50, 583.50, 583.50, 583.50, 583.50, 583.50. So if buyers successfully manage to go for that push, if they get that successful push, but again, we got to get that break above 580. If they can get that successful squeeze back above 580, let me ask you guys this. If they get that successful squeeze back above 580, what is that intended area that they're trying to go to? What would be the intended area? If they can succeed by pushing or getting that break, where is that area that they're trying to run up to? What's that price point? On spot, what is that price point? Engineer, you know this, Queen. You know this. If those buys do come in aggressive, if they'll go for that squeeze, what is that area? If once they break above 580, where are they trying to go? Exactly, 583.50. Exactly, Queen. So right now, we're still keeping this on watch. So watch this level. Like I said, keep it on watch. Keep it on watch. Because like I said, we know today's going to be a little tricky. Let's see can buyers still hold. Let's see can buyers hold. Go for that 580 push. If they can get that 580 break, again, they're going to be trying to go for that 583.50 level. So right now, just keep it on watch. Keep it on watch. So right now, as of now, let's go back to the range that we're still in. We still have yet to break what price point? 570, 579. So we're still in that range still. Still in that little range. So we know we need to get a break above that price point for that push up to 580. Trend line is still holding. Trend line is still holding. Pulling back. So let's see. Can we get that level? Can we get that 579 breakout? Let's see where we go. Because before I leave you guys, I want to see can those buys go for that breakout? I want to see can we go for the breakout or will we start to turn? Because right now we're still in the range. Because we still have yet to get back above 579. So we're still in the range still. Tops, mids, bottoms. We're still in that range. So don't forget about that. We're still in this range still. Still in the range. So it seems like every time you pull back, bounce, pull back, bounce. Let's see, can buyers go for a possible pullback bounce? Can we get a push back up towards the upside? Let's see. Because like I said, that's why I tell you guys, Fridays, be very, very careful. Be very, very careful because, again, the volume will start to shift. I mean, the volumes are, it'll be up and down. But let's see. All I'm doing is watching this range. All I'm doing is watching 579 level that I know we have not broken out yet. And I'm watching 577 level that I know we haven't cracked yet. So all I'm doing is watching the range. So I have to ask myself, today, will we see a channel breakout towards the upside, back up towards 580? Or can we get that rejection right back underneath 579, back down to that possible area, 577, for a possible channel crack? So let's see. We know where the tops is. You know where the midpoint is. You know where the bottoms are located. So right now, we still have to break out above what price point? 579, which you got rejected back down to what price? 578. So right now, buys still waiting on buys to step in and see can they push. So, I mean, we're still not getting no strong pushes. I mean, you are still holding above 570 because I told you, the main area that sellers want to take out is that 577. 577, that's the area that they try to take out before 1 o'clock. So we still have yet to break out. Breakout failure still. Still nothing yet as far as on the buying side. Pullback failure. Still nothing yet on the sell side. So, like I said, let's just see what this bad boy wants to truly do. Let's see what it truly wants to do. Like I said, buyers, we got to break above 579 for that push up to 580. Sellers, you want to crack 577. What does this bad boy truly want to do on this Friday before we close out the market? Do we want to go back up Or do we want to crack, or, start to crack our way back down to 577 to lower price points? Because like I said, the only thing that I said that I was still iffy about, I still wasn't confident on going long, was because we still have a cup-like pattern still setting up. That's why I said 583.50 was going to matter, because that was going to put us above, basically back on top of that 583 floor. But we underneath it, we're still in a cup-like pattern, which is why I still wasn't, I didn't have a lot of confidence on the long side still. Because I know a lot of people jumping in long. I still was kind of like, I was hesitant. I still didn't have the confidence on it. Because I seen the overall setup. The overall setup is in a upside down cup-like pattern. So right now, what we got? So we got 30 minutes to that 1 o'clock candle closeout. So let's see what the buyers and sellers want to truly do. So I'm gonna stay with you guys till I'm gonna stay with you guys till 1, because I want to see how we're gonna close out, or how this first candle is gonna close, based off my 12-hour charts. Oops! Oh, I closed the wrong damn thing. Oops! God dang it! I think I closed out my main. Oh, there we go. I got it back up. So let's just see where we go, guys. Let's see on how the second half of the market is gonna open up. So I'm gonna watch this with you guys. So as of now, we know bulls are still holding that 577 level, because sellers have still yet to take that out. So look like we're still just slowly trying to climb our way up. We're just still trying to slowly climb. But again, we just need that volume, man. I want buyers to, give me that comfortability that I can jump in on the long side. I want to see some engulfing candles. I want to see some bull flag patterns. I want to see that the buyers are really taking over for Friday. I want to see those successful successful moves. That's all I've been wanting. All I've been wanting is that confirmation. I want to see success, because I know if we get back above 583.50, I know the amount of room that we have to run back up to the upside, even going into next week. Let's see, can buyers go for this 579, push up to 580? Let's see. Because you're still holding that 578 level still. 578 is still holding. So again, we're still holding the upper portion of that channel. So we got left about 24 minutes. Yeah, 24 minutes. 24 minutes still. So I'm gonna watch it with you guys to see, what SPY wants to truly do. So one of the main keys that we're still holding above is still 577. So we're still holding that level. The next level that I want to see, I do want to see us get back above that 583.50 level. I do want to see that. Now again, I'm gonna show you why, and why. I'll show you the setup once again. I'm gonna show you why once again, because this week, like I said, as we hit up around 596, we started to create somewhat of a cup-like pattern back on down. So right now, one of your main key levels that you are holding or stand above right now is 577. From 577, that's why I want to see a move back above 583.50, where we can, just like here, where we bounced at 583.50, they got that push back on up towards 596. So right now, we underneath what price point? 583.50, almost look like an inverted cup and handle pattern. So let me show you on why 577. 577 was an old key level here. Ran on up from the price point of 552. You ran on up to 577. Then you got that dump right back on down. Bounced again at 552. Ran on up. Got rejected around that 565 level. Then you got that massive dump on down. So that was an old range that we were in. Then we got back in that range for the break on out. So if you notice, 577 is the upper portion of that range. So if those buyers can stay on top of 577, you'll get a channel bounce here, where we can possibly see a red to green from 577, but a possible move back up. But if they crack 577, you do have room to fall back down into this lower range, where you will possibly create a gap fill from these indicators, the 9 to 20 EMAs, back down to the 50 SMA, which will be around 570 into the 560s. So that's why I said I wasn't, I just wasn't seeing that setup that I was anticipating for the long side just yet. So that's why I'm watching these price points, and I'm watching these price points very carefully. So that's why I've been keeping this on watch. So let's see, what was this little area at? 580, about 580, 50-ish. Yep, 580, 50. Right here, based off of this little area here, 580, 50. But we still haven't broken 580 yet. We haven't even stayed above 579 just yet. Still, it's trying to get that 579 break. Trying to go for it. Now y'all see why I was calling these plays, or why I'm looking for at these certain key levels. So right now I'm trying to get the squeeze once again. 579, got that little trend line bounce. Still above 578. Now I need to stay above 579. If they can hold that key level, you do have room to possibly push your way up to 580. So can we continue the setup going into the second half of the market? Can we continue the uptrend going for the second half? From 1 o'clock to 4. Can we push our way back up to 580, up to that 583 pivot point? Oops, my bad, guys. Sorry about that. All right, 20 more minutes till this candle close out. 20 minutes. Buyers are still trying to still maintain, So right now I got a little gap up a little bit on top of it. Yeah, got a little gap up. So yeah, we got a little gap up on top of 579. So got a little gap up on that bad boy. Little gap up. So right now we did survive the pullback so far. Pullback survived. Now on top of 579. From that price point, we want to get our way back up towards 580. So it's still building an uptrend, slowly. Slowly building its way back up. So I'm trying to see, it's going to be around 580, 50-ish. So can we get above 580, at least close to 580, 50? See, 579, still a little bit, still 579 again. Time it is on this candle, 4 minutes. So they could, let's see, can they go for that possible reversal back up? Because you did gap on top of it. So let's see, can buyers get back above 579? It's slowly trying to build up. I mean, it's slowly trying to create this. So right now we need to get back on top of 579, flip that candle back up towards 579.50 up to 580. So look like that's what it's trying to do. I mean, it's slowly just building its way up. Slowly still trying to build its way up towards the upside. Because like I said, one of the main things that you are above is 577. That's good. That you didn't crack, we didn't crack 577, so that's level still holding. So that's one of the main things. But it's this 579 that we got to stay on top of. Because every time we run to 579, get a little pullback. 579, you get a little bit of rejection. So we need to get that push above 579. Because we got to break out of this channel. Got to break out of this range. Because we don't want to keep seeing pullback failure. We want to break above that price point. Because it looks like we want to set up a little mini bull flag. Little bull flag pattern. Just got to get that push right back above that price point. What time we got? Got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. All right. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Because I just want to see, can we continue the uptrend for the second half of the market? You know, can we, from 579, can we now move our way up to the 580s? Because we want to get out of the 570 brackets now into the 580 bracket. So there go that flip that we talked about. So there go that flip. So we should possibly, by I step in, we should be seeing 579.50. I'll set my alert. So 579.50 level. From 579.50, we should be pushing our way up back up to 580 level. On this note, because like I said, I know Friday's a little tricky. So I'm going to put an alert here, and I'm going to put two alerts. 579.50 and 580 to see can those buyers go for that push. So let's see. So I'm going to set up two alerts for a spot to see can we get that push. So right now we do have somewhat of a little bull flag pattern. Trying to hold above 579. See, look, can we go for that push up to 579.50? 579.50 level. Slowly trying to get that move. Let's see. Still watching this level. Watching everything else. Apple still fading. Nvidia. Eh. I mean, it's trying to hold. Tesla for sure. I mean, definitely trying to. Where you're getting hammered at is that 340 level. If Tesla can break above 340, I mean, you definitely got room to push your way up towards that 345 once we break above that price point. What is that? IONQ? Where we at on that one? Yeah, 46. We want to get that break above 46, engineer. 46 range. That's the level we need to break. We want to see. We want to get that bill back up towards 48. But yeah, 46. We definitely want to break above that price point. I'm still watching SPY, guys. Still watching it. Still watching it. Still watching that level. Still watching that level. Because right now, buys is trying to stay right on top of 579.50. Like I said, those buys can successfully stay on top of that price point. We should be seeing a possible push.
NSR911 AFC says, reverse cup and handle on SPY 1 HRS frame.
Yeah, I see it. That's why I'm watching. Because that's why I'm just saying where we're going to go from here as 1 o'clock is about to roll in. What price point did I have on this one? Oh, 46, right? 46. All right. Bam. 46 on IONQ. Still got to get above that price point. So there go that squeeze. There go that flip, guys. Let's see. So there go that flip. 579. Trying to go for that flip that we talked about. See what I told you. see how I mean. See, it's just all about just breaking this stuff down, man, on what it's doing. So we did say that we had a possible bull flag pattern. Possible bull flag pattern as long as those buys can hold above 579, but a possible push up to 579.50. So far, buys are stepping in. Slowly. Still trying to hold. Right now, you're on top of that price point, 579. We want to try to get that possible push up to 579.50. So let's see what we got left on this candle. Oh, it's a new candle, huh? Oh, yeah, it's a new candle. New 5 minute. So let's see. Because, I mean, and I know today, guys, it's going to be a little off, man. The volumes, the volumes is off, man. I mean, I know it's going to be a little, which is why I was trying to do my best, commentate the best that I could for you guys. Because, I know a lot of you guys looking at choppiness and everything. Y'all were looking at the overall setup. So that's why I'm just keeping this on watch, trying to call this out the best that I can. So we did, as of now, so far what we called out, we did get a pullback failure around, let me put it over a little bit. We did get a pullback failure starting off right around 577. That's the area, Scotty, we talked about. Boss was 577. We did get a pullback failure there. Then we ran up to 579. Then we got a pullback down to 578, which held and also created a higher low build. From that price point, we started to slowly get our way right back up to 579. And I said from that level, we could see a possible push up to 579.50. So right now, uptrend is still trying to build his way up towards that 580 level. Trying to slowly build his way up to 580. So right now, uptrend is still holding. So next key level we should be trying to push up to is 579.50 up to that 580 range. So that should be the next key level. As long as they hold 579, that should be the next possible push level is 579.50 up to that 580 level. So slowly pushing off of that bull flag pattern setup. So what we got left on this candle? 3 minutes. So let's see. I want to see if these buys can hold. I just want to see them hold. I want to see them hold. Because we got Tesla still trying to test that 340 range. NVIDIA still got a little ways to go because the main area that we want to get above is 131.50 up to 132 because NVIDIA likes to move by $2 increments. So let's see. IONQ, we want to get that break above 46 for that possible push up to 48 range. So right now, slowly still setting up. So I mean, buys are slowly gearing up. So next level, like I said, from 579, we want to see that push up to 579.50 up to 580. So uptrend is still holding up at this time. So far so good as far as holding wise, because it may be setting up for possible more squeezes to come. Because you gotta think about those contracts that's gonna be expiring, as we talked about. I told you that's possibly what they was doing. Because like I said on Fridays, what they normally like to do is stall those puts out on their contracts on Fridays, because the majority of those contracts expire on Fridays. So what takes place is the put traders would normally jump out of the puts and switch over to a call. So all I'm doing is watching these levels. I'm still watching to see how we're setting up. All I'm doing is watching 579 because I want to see the buy stay on top of it. Like I said, that's why I'll be doing my best, to not get caught up in any bull crap on, on this volume setup. So keep your eyes peeled, guys. I got about 12 minutes before I head on out. 12 minutes. So right now, I'm still watching 579 on SPY. Tesla, 340. IONQ, 46. Nvidia, 132. So right now, it's still holding. I mean, it's still holding. We still have yet to crack it back underneath. So right now, that's creating pullback failure for those puts. So puts are failing to pull back underneath what price point? 579. So we got about 1 minute to this candle close out. And like you successfully are staying on top of that price point of 579. There go that push that we just talked about. So there go that squeeze we just talked about. There go that squeeze we just talked about. So let's see. 579. What was that level? 579.50. 579.50. So we should be closing that candle out in about 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Slowly building. Slowly building. Let's see. Got about 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. In a matter of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Should see a little gap up. Yep. So there you go on that one so far. Can we get that push up to 579.50 up to 580? Let's see. 579.50 first. So we just called it. Let's see. Can we get that 579.50 push? 579.50 push. We almost there. We like right where my alert is. It's right like hitting it too. It ain't crossed it yet. But if we can get that 579, told you. So from 579.50, now we're in a new range. As long as 579.50 holds, now you've been in a new range. So let's do this. So let's move this. Let's move this up to 580. Heard me try to create this channel set up real quick before I head out. 580. What was that middle area? Middle area that I just talked about? God dang it, I took my eyes off on it. I think it was 579.50 mid area. And 579 bottoms as of now. This little range here. Wow, there you go. So there go the new little range as of now that we have. 579.50, 579 bottoms. So it looks like it's still blending up an uptrend. So we can get that break above 579.50. Then you do have room to possibly run your way up to that 580, which is still creating a little higher low build. Still creating a little higher low build. So just keep it on watch. As long as that trend line holds, you golden. Watch as we pull back down to 579. Let's see if they're going to create another bad trap as we try to push our way right back up to retest the 579.50 for the possible push up to 580. So just keep that on watch. Uptrend is still holding. Still creating a ascending triangle pattern. Possible squeeze. So let's see. Now the next area intended ascending triangle pattern squeeze is going to be 579.50. So keep that on watch. So you're just slowly building. Slowly building. Uptrend is still going on up. Now we're in a new channel. New channel. New range. New range. Slowly building up a new range. New range now. So just keep that on watch. Got about 9 minutes, guys. Going to be heading on out. So I did the best that I could to try to navigate this. So I did the best that I could to navigate this. So right now he's still building up. So right now he's still looking good at this time. And like I said, the main thing we want to get back above is 580s. So 580, we get that successful push above 580. We know that intended area, intended target, what Bob's trying to go back up to is your old pivot point, your old magnet, which is around 583.50. So next goal, 580. So we want to break out of this downtrend setup. We want to go from the 570s now into the 580 brackets. So right now, slowly coasting. So if we can get a break back above 579.50, you're only 50 cents away from what price point? 580. So if we can go up, get a little pull back down, hold 579.50. Now U-shape and break above 580. That will put us now back into the 580 bracket and a downtrend breakout. So the next possible thing we should possibly see, as long as those buys hold up, this is the next thing that we should be setting up for. Next possible thing we should be setting up for is this. So we should be setting up for possible break above 580, which we're going to hit that trend line. Look for a possible little pull back down towards that 579.50 for a little U-shape back on up this way, putting us above 580, putting us in that new bracket. So definitely keep your eyes peeled on that. So that should be the next setup we should be anticipating. So get a break above that, run up to 580, hit that trend line, get rejected, get a little bit of a pullback down. Make sure we stay above that 589.50 for a U-shape back up to 580, and we should be successfully back in the 580 bracket. So definitely keep that on watch. It's just a slow build. Like I said, slowly building. So guys, got about 7 minutes. Any questions, comments, or concern, guys, do feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help you guys, whatever you need help with. Microsoft what price point was that? 452. As far as IONQ, look for that 46 breakout. Want to see those buys hold above that price point. 46, guys. We pushing up towards that 46 range again on IONQ. It's hard to, I don't know why it's so difficult for me to pronounce that. So let's see. Microsoft. Microsoft. What we looking like on that bad boy? So we did test that area, but we want to stay above it. We want to stay above that 452 level. Get that breaking hold above that. We do have room to push our way back up towards that 4350 level, or up to 454 level. So in Q, like I said, for my longs, we want to break above 46. Hold that key level for that possible push on up to 48. So keep that on watch. SPY, like I said, we want to break above 79.50 for that possible push up to 580. So there we go. 79.50. There y'all go. Bam, bam, bam. For that possible squeeze up to 580. 580. Make it a little bit of a little pullback. Keep it on watch, but we are going in the right direction. So shout out to my long so far of holding these bad boys. So we are still on that move. Still on that move. Tesla, hold 340 level for that possible push back up to 345. There y'all go. Shout out. Y'all are killing it right now. So right now, bulls are holding. Like I said, because all they did was stall those puts out of those contracts, creating those squeezes. That's all they did. Hold those puts out of their contracts, set them up for them squeezes. That's all they did, guys. That's all they did. So just keep that on watch. Keep it on watch. So guys, about to be heading out. 5 more minutes, man. I'm about to be giving everybody a shout out. So I told you, I gave you the 411. You know what to look out for. What to look out for. So just keep that on watch. Keep it on watch. Keep it on watch. So let me let me darken this one out and just focus on the uptrend on SPY, because I know a lot of people are still anticipating that move, but you still got room to still squeeze towards the upside. So keep that on watch as far as SPY. Trying to slowly slither his way back up towards that 583. But the main thing we definitely want to see a break above is 580. Definitely want to break above 580, because we don't want to hit 580, get rejected, and then fall back down. You want to break above 580 where more buyers can step in, and we can possibly get that push back up towards that 583.50. So right now, getting a little pullback from what we talked about, 579.50, as we talked about. So right now, getting a little pullback. So let's see. Let's see where we go. So ran up to this bad boy. Got a little pullback from there. Still holding the trend line. Still holding. All right, guys. So let me soon start gearing up. Get ready to enjoy this weekend, 3-day weekend. So, and I want you guys to enjoy it as well. So like I said, if you made profits, lock it up. Don't put greed over grateful. You already know what I'm saying on that. So you already know how I am with that. So let me give a shout out to everybody who did come through as far as today. Let me give a shout out to NS. You already know it's always been a pleasure, boss. Hustle and Flow, you already know it's a pleasure. Breakfast, thank you so much for your insights and alerts. Unc, you already know it's always a pleasure. City Queen, shout out to you. Hope you have a blessed weekend. Gennaro, and again, thank you for the resubs on the Twitch side. Jackie Queen, can't wait to see you later on. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for everything. So let me go ahead and give a shout out to my day ones. You already know what time it is. Tradecaster crew, you know what we do. So far, as far as the commentary, man, we nailed it. So did good so far as the build up. So far so good. So shout out to the traders who rolled that bad boy on up. Just keep it on watch. Right now, like I said, we're still looking good. All right, let me see. 23rd, right? It's 23rd. My fault. Let me give a shout out to Clay, Jenna, Roman, Chartin Queen, Engineer, Kato J. Who else we had in the building today? Deck, the myth, the man, the legend. Shout out to you, boss. And a job well done in the small account challenge, and I will be joining you very soon. It's on and popping. Smud, Insider, Scotty. Who else we had in the building? Queen, shout out to you. Chartin Queen, I already called you out already. Who else? Oh, see, I see you in the building. Shout out to you, Queen. Love to see your name. You already know I'm going to tell you and the hubby to have a blessed weekend. Can't wait to see y'all for Tuesday. And thank y'all so much for the love and support that y'all give. Appreciate you, Aussie. Always a pleasure. Low Bar. Who else we had in the building? Low Bar. I think that was it. Insider. Shout out to you, boss. And I think that should be it. And also, guys, if you are new to my channel, man, please do your boy a favor. Go to my YouTube channel. Go on to JTraedz TV. Smash that subscribe button. We are on that road to 1K subs where we can start getting monetized for these videos. If you already sub, hit the notification bell. Like, share, comment. If you're on Twitch, follow or sub to avoid the ads, which is not my fault. I'm a part of the program. Just saying. And also, let me give some love and shout out to my mods as usual and to everybody who didn't come through. Let me give some love to my mods as usual on Tradecaster, Twitch, YouTube. Man, you are gold as well, boss. And don't forget, let me shut this off first. Let me hold up. And don't forget NS before I put that back on. Don't forget next week, boss, is only going to be a 4-day trade week, not a 5-day, because we do have a holiday Monday, which is Memorial Day. So so keep that in mind. So instead of being off for 2 days, we're going to be out for 3 days. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And trading will continue Tuesday. So just don't forget about that, boss. And I think Jerome Powell should be speaking over the weekend Sunday at 2:40. So he's going to be speaking. Other than that, man, guys, thank y'all so much for everything, man. Like I said, Gennaro, boss, thank you so much for the resub. For everybody who gifted, gave donations. So let me go back to giving y'all some love. So shout out to y'all for all the love and support. Gennaro, again, thank you for the resubs, and for everybody else who donated. Appreciate you guys. Thank y'all. Man, you too, boss. Oops. I closed the wrong thing. My fault, I closed the wrong thing. Alright, enough clapping. So yeah, guys, just keep it on watch. Okay, and again, watch SPY, watch that 579 level. Make sure those buys hold that 579 level for that possible U-shape back on up. Keep that in mind. Make sure we stay on top of that trend line. Watch that very carefully. Just want to see those buys push our way back on up. If we do get that crack below that 579 level, if sellers start to come in, you do have room to fall right back down to 578 to 577. But as of now, as long as they hold 579 level, you do have room to push your way back up to 579.50 up to that 580 level, which will continue the uptrend towards the upside. So, other than that, man, guys, I hope everybody stay blessed. Have a safe weekend. Enjoy your Memorial Day. Also, salute to all the veterans who have served this country. We are truly grateful and appreciative of the things that you guys do, the sacrifice that you guys make. So let me go ahead and put up the Have weekend. I already got my little logo. Y'all know what time it is. Yeah. So, but guys, I hope everybody have a blessed weekend, man. And I will be updating the you already know the Traedz trading journal for my Patreon members. So I will be updating that. If you want to follow me on Patreon, I will be putting up the link, my Discord, and everything else. What time Sunday? 2:40 Sunday for Jerome Powell. Sunday. 2:40, yeah. So yeah, guys, I will be back in Tuesday, but I will be updating my charts. Like I said, the trading journal for my Patreon members, I will be doing that over the weekend. So I will be updating you guys to let you guys know what's going to be the next setup, what to be looking forward to, and everything else. Aussie Engineer, Lowball, and love y'all. Y'all know what time it is, man. You already know what I'm about to say before I head on out. Maximize your reward, minimize your risk. Always put great over greed, and you will succeed every single time. Till then, guys, enjoy your 3 days off. Like I said, we will be returning back to take profits Tuesdays. Monday, no trading. I will be putting it out to alert everybody. Do not be opening up the market on Monday, because you will be by yourself and you will be alone. So, other than that, man, guys, stay blessed, stay safe. Love y'all. Y'all already know what time it is. Peace!